This video is in no way, shape, or form sponsored or supported by Courtney Shepard, Pruvit, Pruvit plus Herbalife at all. However, fair use, friends. The clips you're about to see are used for educational and commentary purposes because someone has to provide adult supervision when Courtney Alexandra Shepard starts playing mad scientist with ketones and common sense. No permission needed, just a healthy dose of logic, which, unlike her science, is actually real. Clips featuring Courtney Alexandra Shepard are shown to expose the MLM manipulation, ketone-fueled pseudoscience, and a leadership style that runs more on vibes and volume than facts or ethics. If that burns, it's probably not the haters. It's just what happens when fairy dust meets daylight and the fairy tale starts to unravel. Any resemblance to real people, timelines, or scientific credibility is purely coincidental, unless you're watching Courtney Alexandra Shepard in a Pruvit pitch, selling powdered ketones like they cure everything, but a bad business model. In that case, welcome to the land of biohacks, where facts take a back seat, logic's on mute, and the loudest voice wins, even if it's wildly wrong.
Mother trucker, my lights are That's okay. That's okay. I'm back. I'm back-ish. Hold on. Meow, 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 meow. Oh my god, I blinded myself. Hello. I don't know what happened to my lights, but we are no lights right now. Hello. I missed y'all. Hope you're doing well. I know everyone's like, you're not supposed to say you miss people because then they're going to know that you weren't here and they're not going to follow you because I missed y'all. Live chat, you're delightful. And we're just gonna be in the star darkness right now. Oh, here we go. Ah, hello. Yes, you didn't miss it. I was late. I just exported her. I just needed a break from Nueva. By break, I mean I'm gonna stream Nueva tomorrow. So I was like, what are we gonna do? Courtney Alexandra Shepard, toodles. Hello. I got done with the gym, and then I said to myself, maybe you should wash your hair. So that's why it's a little bit of a rat's nest on the side of my head. It's good to see everybody. Listen. Oh, hi, Nicoli. I'm sorry you're having a rough time. I'm so stoked to see y'all. Hello. What's up, bud? Did y'all see Savannah's Nueva video? Love it. Love that it didn't get taken down. It's delightful. Did I have a dream last night about Nueva? Yes. Unfortunately. Sorry. It wasn't good. I was like, oh, great. And then it transitioned from a Nueva dream to I went the entire semester in college, but I forgot to take a class. And then I failed because I didn't attend any of the classes, except I realized on the last day, on the day of the final, that I forgot to go to class. So welcome. Let me tell you a story real quick. Give me your highs and lows while I tell you the story. So we went out of town to my sister-in-law's baby shower. And we stayed in a hotel. And because I was out of my element, my normal routine, my normal environment, I was focusing on things that maybe I should not have been focusing on. For example, we were riding in the elevator, and normally you can see the certificate there. Well, it said, certificate available upon request in the located in the general manager's office. And then I started thinking, oh my God, how many times have I seen this little post, this notice about the certificate of safety being in a manager's office, and we're just supposed to trust whomever, trust the hotel, trust the general manager that everything's up to date. So I went to the front desk, and I may or may not have asked the delightful clerks at the front desk, hey, can I see the certificate of whatever, safety, whatever it's called. Can I see that? And they start, oh my God. You can tell the energy shifted. And so they start looking for it. They realize the general manager's office is closed. And then I said, okay, do you have a picture of it? And they said, no, we don't. And I said, okay, when's the general manager going to be back? And in the back of my mind, I thought to myself, I'm turning into a Karen. No shade to the delightful Karens here, but I really couldn't stop thinking about it. So I felt like I had to follow through. When's the manager going to be back? Oh, we have no idea. Okay. Can you leave her a note? Yes. And here's her email address. So I sent her an email and it came back as the email doesn't exist. What do I do now? I don't know. I can't stop thinking about it. I'm also mad. I said, why is there not a QR code so we can just scan it and see the up-to-date certificate of safety? Then I wouldn't have to bother your staff. What's the policies and procedures when you're out of office for them to be able to show their certificate of safety to people like me? Maybe I'm the only one. Maybe that's why they don't have policies and procedures in place for it. I'm sorry, that's the end. Hi, Aya, what's up? What's up? I walked on my treadmill even though I wanted to skip it. Let's go. Melissa. I was about to say Michelle because I saw Michelle earlier. Hello. Who has recurring dreams of high school? Yep. My baby graduated kindergarten. Lo, it's been heavy migraine days the last few days due to the weather. I love that your baby graduated kindergarten. We love our baby snarks here. Congratulations. I hope your migraine gets better. Hello. Linda. You are just in time. I'm not going to run my mouth too long. And we're going to watch Courtney Alexandra Shepard. If you don't know, she's in Pruvit. Pruvit was acquired by, part of Pruvit was acquired by Herbalife. Things are amok. Courtney was Jesse Lee Ward's best friend. I'm trying to give y'all context about why we cover Courtney. Courtney has one of the most interesting grasps, has one of the most interesting handles on science that we see on the internet. For example, she thinks that she digests food better in the shade, and she was told that by somebody. I don't know if she was told that by the shaman or if she was told that by somebody else. No shade to shamans, which is strange. She was also on this very dangerous fasting deal, and what else? She may or may not have acquired said best friend's dogs without following the rules of the state, and has, kept the dogs from said original owner, allegedly. And I don't know what else to say. She is a faux legend in my opinion, because she got stacked to greatness. And she is one of the worst recruiters we've ever seen in the Empire. The end. How's that? I feel like you weren't asking for something ridiculous. The sign specifically said where it was and that you could ask to see it, right? That's totally different when than asking to see random documents. Thank you. They probably freaked out because they thought you were an inspector. Yeah, I might. Only because the card that they gave me with the email address didn't actually go to an email. And I know I typed it in right. No shade to shamans at all. However, if Courtney claims to practice Christianity, she's not supposed to be dabbling in other spiritual practices. But okay, boo. Yes. Great point. At least follow the rules of the religion that you prescribe to, whatever. Oh no, Lisa. Some a-hole totaled my boyfriend or best friend's car last night. Hi. Oh, boyfriend's car last night. Hi, he is alive and we were able to get a new car today. I'm so glad that he's alive. Thank y'all for looking the stream. 35. 5 is my favorite odd number if I had to pick an odd number. So thank you so much. Julie, hero. Howls to you all. Let me play the disclaimer because fuckery's afoot. What the hell? Please hold. I was like, oh my God, this is so great. I'm doing so Well, where's my life?
I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us.
Okay. Remember milestones coming on up. Let me mother trucker. Okay, are we good? Can we do it again? Can we do this? Okay, yes we can. Yes we can. Perfect. We're back. We're back, baby. Okay, member milestone. Okay, Danielle, 14 months. Let's go. 14 month milestone. Where's the milestone? 12 month. 12? Oh no, Emily said my bad ex just got married to the chick he cheated on me with. Oh, fuck that. Hi, I'm now with someone wonderful who is an abusive piece of shit and our wedding is in 12 days. Emily, let's go. Jen, I'm just going to say Jen because I butchered your name last time. It looks like a beautiful name and I wish that I was not a numpty. Celebrates 12 months of membership. Finally, I am a kazoo. I love that. 2-year members, you're getting an acorn. I hope that's okay. A golden acorn, and then kazoo's still my favorite, but that's okay. We had to do something for the 24 months, and I'm very grateful. Where is months? I'll search for months. 14 months of snarkiness. Happy to be here. We're happy you're here, Danielle. Oh my God. 17 months. Oh, thank you so much. It's good to see y'all. It's good to see our regulars. It's good to see our newbies. Red Raider, 18 months. Let's go. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful to the subscribers. I'm grateful to the members who support me financially. Subscribers, you do too, because Google pays me AdSense, but I make most of my monetary support from my members, and I'm very grateful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Does anyone have any questions before we begin? Hello, Amy. Oh my God. Wedding kazoos. Let's go. And member milestones. Please hold. Oh God. Pitch up. Oh my God. my God. I love that. Congratulations. I was a bad friend today because just shit hit the fan and I forgot to say happy versary. Also, moving on up to our members. Thank you so much.
Well, we're moving on up to the sky, to the deluxe apartments in the sky.
All right. I lost all my comments. Y'all, you're killing me with the 49. I'm grateful, but also, please give me an even number. Happy birthday! I wish I'd had this at my own wedding. It would have gone down as a treat. I love that. 14 months. Thank you so much. 14 months of fun. Thank you. Vocal Fox. Hello. Jen. Did y'all see Mrs. Pico Speaks stream recently? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? That's my question. Becca, thank you so much. Liz, thank you. Liz, 6 months. Becca, 18 months. Dude, you're so close to a golden acorn. A golden acorn. Yes. Wait, what? Was the elevator thing in Texas? Yes, it was. Because the paper has to be within 10 feet of the call button or in the elevator itself. Okay, I'm going to report it. I'm going to go full Karen, honestly. You've been here since the beginning, and I really appreciate it. Since it was just like us and 6 other people streaming, yeah, Shadow's been here for a long time. Thank y'all for sharing your highs and lows. Hello, Melissa. Okay. Dudes, my dad just texted me. He just retired. Congratulations, Rutro. Congratulations. Happy birthday. Demi, belated birthday. Oh, birthday's coming out and up. Happy birthday, Lisa. Happy birthday, Demi. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy life anniversary. You love acorns? I started making stitch markers entirely because I wanted acorn stitch markers. I love this so much. Oh my God. Thank y'all for caring about elevators as much as I do. Going to have my latest one was a surprisingly mixed bag, having to learn its new nuances. Commencement is next week and I still can't decide if I'm actually going to go. My mom is going to be here no matter what, though. Oh, good. I think you should go. You worked really hard. You worked fucking hard for that, Amy. I have a little bit of dirty audio. I'm so sorry. I'm working on it, but I appreciate y'all suffering with me. Thank you for the 59 likes. I'm going to be grateful even though I can't stop looking at both of those odd numbers. Oh, dear God. Her audio's hella loud. Hold on. I'm going to apologize now to everyone. Happy level up day. Okay, that's what we're calling it now. Level up day. Let's go. That's so good. Everyone loves a level up. Let's go. Sorry, I was like, thank you for 60 likes. Bless y'all. I'm gonna do the best for the audio. Ugh.
Hello, beautiful people. Ciao, darlings. Buonanotte. That's good night. So if I'm not saying good night to you, I should probably say buonasera. Good evening.
She kind of sounds like Dracula. Oh, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Sorry, team. My brother's commencement is the same day, not like he actually asked me directly if I wanted to go, and not like my dad asked me if I was going to go to mine. Oh, Well, we will find... I wonder if we can find the... you know that what they play at graduations in kazoo form, though. Okay, let me look. I will find it and we'll play it even if you don't go to your commencement. I never got a graduation ceremony when I was convocated. It was during the panorama. I'm still salty about it. Oh my God. I'm sorry. She sounds tired. Dude, it gets worse. It gets worse. Yeah, there's gonna be... If you're sensitive to body stuff, this is not the stream for you, because there is a lot of kind of like body checking going on. Courtney is also in a very twisty, unfounded health journey, so it may be fuckery. It may be fuckery afoot. I will say probably fuckery is afoot. And take care of yourself. Always preserve and promote your emotional well-being. You're way more important than whatever this is that we're doing. Pomp and circumstance. Oh my God. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. Y'all are coming in hot. Thank you.
Darlings.
Dear God.
How's everybody? I don't know how long I'm going to stay on here, but I figured I'd pop on and say ciao to you all. Say hello. Let me know, where are you tuning in from? And drop it in the comments below. So if you guys are watching this on Facebook
Jennifer.
later, that just means that little red square, the live square is not here. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Hello,
We're tuning
cowboy.
in. We're tuning in from anti-MLM. Just like Jessie Lee Ward used to do. She is gonna bring that up also. So, did y'all? Not that y'all have to be on my Instagram, but I did a Nueva reel today, and it's just that little dumpster floating down the river with a fire coming out of it, and so maybe Nueva's accepting applications for chairs on the deck of the Titanic, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not trying to like make my whole channel about Nueva, but I am. Unfortunately, my brain is attached to being stubborn after they fully removed my video. So now I am trying to include other content in it, but I'm also rage focused on it. I am doing an Amare. I found 25 top Amare leaders. I'm auto downloading them, and it's gonna be twisty.
How are you, darling? Christopher. NYC. Ciao, Mandy. Great to see you. What else was I gonna say? Oh. I am live from my bathroom on a chair. Because, I mean, I guess I could probably see what this is like standing. Let's see. I just didn't know if it... Okay, the angle's not too bad.
Can you just like lower your phone? I mean, raise your phone? No? We don't know. We don't do that here? Okay. Courtney, not that it matters. Not that it matters. Not that it matters. Ugh.
I didn't know how it was going to work if I was standing. I figured since I'm in Italy, they're not going to care if I'm talking, right? But in Germany, I couldn't really be that loud.
My Canadians.
No, but for real.
Oh, God.
Okay, it's frowned upon. I'm very obviously the Americano.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know why I'm uncomfortable. I have no idea. Let me turn on my do not disturb. I don't know how to do that on my phone. I mean my watch. Here we go. Where the hell is it? There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, funny. And whenever Shalana and I were together, we were she'd be like, oh, they're looking. She was just in Italy last month, and so...
I'm going to be so frustrated about this. Buy a damn microphone. You had enough money to go wherever you are. She's traveling right now, I think. It looks like she's traveling. No microphone. You could get a DJI one. You could get a Rode one. You could get a cheap one from Amazon. Oh my God. Take pity on us. Courtney, if you ever see this, please, please, please take pity on us. You know what? Make your content. Make it better. No echo. Oh, I can't do that, DC. I gotta save my money for buying my product that I'm never gonna need because I have to make rank. Allegedly. I'm very salty about it, honestly. Eligora, I'm very salty about it. So I'm so sorry, but I'm so salty about it.
Anyway, I have Instagram down here because I didn't figure I probably won't save Instagram's live.
No.
I might save it on Facebook, but I was in my stories.
Interestingly enough, I'm sorry. Welcome to my channel. We kind of like scroll trail a little bit. I found this large group of people who are insane or were insane who are also selling Amare. There's a whole group of them. And when I went down that rabbit trail, that's how I found people with like 30, 40, 80,000, 100,000, 300,000 subscribers. And I haven't checked to see if they're real subscribers yet, but they're in the Amare cesspool. So it's interesting. I don't know what it means, but the claims that they are making are wild. We're gonna have to do lots of content warnings because and I also found an Enagic lady who beat the big C and claims that her water was a reason for that. Plus all of her trips to Mexico to her special healing place and her doctors and stuff like that. But definitely the water. Definitely the water. I'm being sarcastic and frustrated at the same time. We're never going to finish.
And I started talking about some things that I was like, you know what? And we're in the bathroom because the lighting is better. And I didn't.
Did you forget your ring light again? Was Kelsey Ray not there for you to steal hers? Oh, Kelsey is shilling a $97 something or other with her non-certified personal trainer boyfriend. I forgot.
Tell you, but I'm in Bologna, Italia.
Oh my God.
And I took the train today from Munich.
Oh my God, I forgot to call you back, Wendy. Sorry. I literally crashed. I got ready and then I just crashed out from the weekend. Also, an MLM went bankrupt. I feel like I'm spewing information. I missed y'all so much. An MLM went bankrupt. It was the Owl MLM, whatever it's called. It's the one we covered. Bella and her husband. It was the adoption scandal stuff. It's her and her mom's MLM. Oh, thumbs downer. Welcome to Illyria.
I've wanted to do that. I wanted to see the mountains. Could have got on a plane, but I'll give you some tips with traveling in that and the reasons why I did that if you guys want. You let me know.
Origami Owl, thank you.
We're going to be able to jump on. It's kind of it's definitely late here, and then it's also an odd time back home because it's like right before dinner, I feel like. No, it's kind of like...
Bam the Lawyer Cat also sent me all of the documents for it. If y'all drop a 1 in the chat if you want to go over those. Drop a 2 in the chat if you're going to not be interested, but still take pity on my channel and maybe like the video anyways.
Right in the beginning of dinner and like the witching hour for kids. Hey, Caroline, how are you, darling? So good to see you. So anyway.
Yes.
I was having this moment where, here we go. We have some people on Facebook. Where's my ring? The ADHD is so strong right now. Did you guys?
I feel bad. I left all the pauses in because it shows a more chaotic, not effective Pruvit situation, because Pruvit is supposed to be better mood, better focus, better energy, better digestion, better fat loss, better sleep. There's a whole list. And it doesn't seem to be working on Courtney. But what do I know? I don't know. Maybe I'm being awful because I'm autistic. Oh yeah, I'm DC. I'm your autistic MLM dropout, and we roast PowerPoints and go on squirrel trails and try to fight MLM twistiness with logic and snark and all the good stuff. Anyways, is it hypocritical of me to critique Courtney since we're both in the neurospicy category? I feel I can at least talk on it because Courtney claims that the Pruvit ketones have helped her focus and all the stuff. I don't know. Heather, hero. Oh yeah, Young Living, the bane of my existence. They're gonna go affiliate. They're fucked. You know why they're fucked? Let me tell you. Young Living can't keep products in stock, either on purpose or they're just bad at the distribution situation, the supply chain situation. They would not survive affiliate because all of their reps are the ones that are appeasing the customers and trying to talk them down from being irritated that, oh my God, this product that I wanted is out of stock again. So I don't think it's going to survive. It's not hypocritical when she touts ketones help with clarity. I don't think it's hypocritical because it's debunking her claims. Okay. Cool. Thank you. All right. I'm reading the comments. I gotta focus.
Just witnessed that, and he is. So I was in my stories, and I was having one of these moments, like I was last night, where I just started to talk for like.
That's cool.
I'll post them all still. But I was like recording myself and talking about some things, and I was like, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna talk about this. I called the kids first.
Ranger Kathy, thank you so much. Welcome to Illyria, team. I know we're not like a team. I'm not trying to be a cult. I'm just like, welcome to Illyria.
Horatio Gold.
Thank you.
Headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard
you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Thank you so much, Ranger Kathy. Alexis B. Ken, welcome back. Nina, I think welcome back, but welcome. Lady Lazuli, welcome. Arlene Katz, welcome back. Ginny Jo Rose, welcome. I'm just reading the comments. Welcome to Illyria. I just like She's the Man, and that's why we play that song. Liz, thank you. Liz just gifted 5 DC memberships. Thank you so much. Here's the Discord link for all of our new members. It is a member-only Discord. For members, we do a lot of members-only live stream. Last week was a little bit different because my other sister-in-law was in town. I went to a baby shower this weekend. So it was a little bit busy. Hey, Aaron. Molly, welcome to Illyria. Remy, welcome. Amy, Pixie Pie, and Kay, welcome. Liz, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know if Kelsey has actually spent a significant amount of time in that RV. What is it called when it's just a trailer? Not just a trailer. It looks nice on the inside. I think her wide angle lens helps make it look bigger. I also think that her photoshopping skills makes her results from Pruvit look more significant. Did y'all see Aaron's video? Whoa. Okay, great. Membership to help support being stubborn against New Ava. Thank you so much, Liz. That's super kind. Oh my god. I hope y'all have the best dinner. Hello, Aaron's mom.
So it's been 40 minutes since I started recording that stuff. I look fantastic. Thanks, darling. Whoa, got really bright right here. Why did it do that?
Because your phone is shit and you're in the bathroom.
Blew it out or something? Did you see that? Was that just me? Did I move? Oh, it's glitching. Okay. It's the light that's flickering.
Oh my god.
What the French toast?
Fifth wheel.
It's kind of
Got
like,
it.
I guess it's...
Thank you.
Oh, it's reflecting off of the metal.
No. Your camera's trying to focus on something. And so it said, oh, this is the lightness that I need to be. And it blew it out. Dear God.
When I tell y'all, like, I just...
Also, I have cropped this even though it is unevenly cropped because she left part of, I don't know, some white structure that's barely creeping in, and also the shower. Anyways, I'm sorry. I did the best I could with the spoons I had. Oh my god.
Gotta figure some things out, but I'm Hey Cindy, how are you? What's up, Kim? By the way, Cindy, your energy's been so beautiful. Great to see you on here, darling. So thank you for the compliments. I appreciate you. Love you guys. All right, so I was like, do you guys ever have those
Bye,
moments
Melissa.
where someone will tell you something and basically they're like, oh, I can't stand it when this, or I don't like that, and then all of a sudden you'll witness them almost go back on what they said or pretend like, oh, I just totally forgot I even said that.
Courtney, it's you. It's you? It's you. Right? Courtney has lost the fucking plot. Oh my god.
Like, what the like, it's your girl right here. I've been called an elephant a lot. My memory is so solid, so strong.
Oh my god, this cannot be happening. What do you mean your memory is so solid? You know what's solid? Screenshots. You know what's solid? The internet. You know what's solid? Having so many of your recorded videos and watching what you say, then watching what you have forgotten you said. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The self-awareness isn't it? It's just not.
I may forgive. I don't ever forget. Okay? Your girl forgives, but she don't ever forget. Hello, gorgeous. And
Yes.
I just kind of like had that moment, and I've kind of gone through these moments where people have just been triggering me because of this. Let's portray ourselves to be this certain person, and then all of a sudden you get like, they just get all pissed off and they just forget who they said that they were. They forget their identity. They forget what integrity.
I don't know who she's talking about. She's specifically talking about someone. She does this every time she gets irritated at someone. And then she tries to go all philosophical. She ends up being hypocritical. She ends up being the person in the glass house throwing the stones. This is iconic. This is regular. This is Courtney Shortney. I'd say 2.0 because she's being extra twisty trying to embody all things Jessie Lee Ward.
Actually looks like, and I'm like, listen, you do you, boo, is fine, but I don't forget, and I pay attention, and I'm so observant. It's like a special talent of mine. I like have this gift to just piece things together and see this big picture perspective. And I started talking about how, and that's okay, like, but I've noticed inside of it that it has been triggering me. And so I'm like, okay.
I don't think I went to, and I don't think that I don't think I attended enough higher education to understand what the hell Courtney is talking about. I know she's talking about someone. I know she's saying that she's not bothered, but obviously making a live stream about it says you're some level of bothered. Oh my God.
I am a part of the 85% of the people who are think they're self-aware and the 10 to 15% who actually are, okay? So I'm not just pretending to be self-aware. I'm gonna reflect, and I'm gonna share one of those moments with you, okay?
How you gonna... Courtney has been separated from her self-awareness in the grocery store. My sister used to get us purposefully lost in the grocery store because she thought it was an adventure, which, lovely. I don't know what I thought, but I thought my mom was going to leave us at the grocery store, not realizing that my mom cared about us and she would never leave us in the grocery store. I also thought at some point we would get in trouble for being paged over the loudspeaker. That also did not happen. I definitely catastrophized that, but Courtney, paging your self-awareness to the front of the store, because what? This cannot be happening. My God.
I always say I'm gonna start wearing a body cam for this recent girl. I don't know. You know what? I like that idea, but we don't even need the body cam. Listen, we know what we know. We know what we know, and you ain't gonna tell me no different. And you know that I know what I know. That's how I feel about it. Because
She's acting like she's doing one of her fasts, and her brain is looking for some of the carbs, some of the glucose, some of the things.
But there are moments whenever you have such a solid, strong memory, and you're also...
Attention shoppers, can the gremlins come to the front of the grocery store? Can the gremlins come to the front of the grocery store? Pruvit and Courtney are ready for your roasting. Thank you. She's making me so uncomfortable with the eye contact with herself. Yeah, she does have two videos going. I think it's a combination of... Uh-oh. No. Are we... No. Oh, no. Oh, God. Something is upsetting. Nobody move a muscle. All right. Yeah. Many Pruvit people have slid into my DMs, into Jen's DMs, probably a lot of y'all's DMs, because what they do is they swipe up. Maybe this is what Kenley misunderstood. They swipe up on their stories, and so they go in and they message every single person that they haven't already messaged. They have their virtual assistants do it, potentially, allegedly, and they go through and they message and they say, "Oh my God, thank you so much for supporting me. Did you find me randomly on the internet?" or whatever it is. Then they start a conversation. They think that anybody looking at their stuff is a warm market, and that's just not the case. That's why I would recommend you don't press any buttons on an MLM person, because they will look at every single person who voted and go and message all those people. You think that I'm exaggerating? I am not. I'm not. I'd say trust me, bro, but enter at your own risk, okay? What the heck? Enter at your own risk. You can watch, let's just not touch the poop, but don't touch the poop. If you don't believe me, there's nothing necessarily wrong with going and voting on one of their polls, but get ready for a message in your DMs.
Self-aware that you're like, wait, did I hear that wrong? Did I say that wrong? Because I definitely make mistakes. I do. And yeah, it's just really, really interesting. It's an interesting time in the world, let alone in our profession of network marketing that I've been a part of for 17 years. The patterns are predictable. People are predictable. And I just said this the other day. I'm going to share this with you guys again. I said it in my stories that it goes away after 24 hours. But truly, emotions are big, and this is like a huge takeaway from Dr. Joe Dispenza, okay? Emotions are based off of past experiences.
Emotions are signposts for core values. You can also have a reaction. In my opinion, I'm not anything, okay? Please don't say that I'm pretending to be a therapist. I'm not. This is what I believe based off of what I've learned. Emotions are signposts for core values. Emotions are neutral. You can also have, like she's saying, you can have trauma. You can have emotions around that. But if you step back a little bit, the emotions, again, are signposts for core values. They're signposts for things that have happened that okay. There's also emotions are neutral, and unhealthy emotions would be carried shame. Shame is healthy. Shame is telling you that maybe you're operating outside of your core values. Same thing. Oh my God. Same thing, guilt. Guilt can be healthy. It's neutral. Carried guilt, not healthy. Anger, it's just information. It's neutral. It's talk to your own therapist, whatever. I may be a little bit eye rolling on what she's saying. She's probably not going to say everything wrong. I always question every single thing Courtney says because it gets so twisty so fast and it's convoluted right from the beginning. Oh my God.
And emotions are, oh wait, there was something else that I missed inside of that. Anyway, emotions are based off of past experiences. And so if you are making decisions based off of your emotions, you're quite literally living in the past.
No. Okay. I'm not a therapist.
And behaviors of humans are so predictable, the patterns are so predictable, that whenever you are reacting and making decisions based off of your emotions, you're actually not only living in the past, you're creating a predictable future. So you can copy it and paste it, and that's what it is. Like, you have to get present in the now. You have to understand, why am I being triggered? What is happening in this moment that is causing me to feel this way, so that
I'm sorry. Yes. Awful things can happen to people. Trauma, obviously real, but evil things get done. Evil things happen to people all the time. When you have something awful happen to you, sometimes the way that you adapt to it is doing maladaptive coping mechanisms, meaning coping mechanisms that end up being harmful to you. And you can continue to use those maladaptive coping mechanisms. And then if you can go into therapy and you can walk through that. But your brain is going to do whatever it can to survive. Whatever. I don't like the way that Courtney explains anything. And in the Empire, they were specifically taught, read something and then go teach it on a live stream. So I don't know how well I understand this, but I definitely don't know how well Courtney understands it. What is happening? Yes, Mickey Atkins would have a field day with Courtney. Oh my God, that would be a dream come true.
Can work through it, release it, and no longer have these emotions, because there's no reason to react or be triggered.
You know what's wild? This may be your first time coming into contact with Courtney Shepard. She is a public figure, BT dubs. She's a public figure. She is at the top of Pruvit's compensation plan. She's not a lowly peasant like all of us. She's in MLM. She's not at the bottom. She's not at the mid. She's at the very top. She got to the top rank because, in my opinion, she was stacked there. She was stacked a big chunk of the way because she was best friends with Jesse Lee. And then allegedly stacked, Brian Underwood did other things, allegedly, and now she's at the top. Somebody who didn't recruit anybody several months in a row somehow got to the top of a comp plan Okay. So we're watching somebody who is at the very tippity top. If you've been in Young Living, she's like a Royal Crown Diamond. If you're in Mary Kay, she's like a national sales director. Except she didn't get there on her own. Allegedly.
By anything,
Okay, Elizabeth.
if I'm living in the present. I'm going to say it again. The emotion that you are feeling is only based off of a past experience. If you want to feel different and you want to live a different life and you get into the present moment and you shift your frequency and you don't get pissed off, you don't.
Oh my God. Emotional intelligence is different than emotional agility. And I would say emotional agility, in my opinion, I like it more because it's not about silencing your emotions. It's about listening. What is that emotion? It's a signpost for a core value. What is the core value? And emotions can also be signposts for other things too, but it's a signpost. It's information. It's telling you something. It may be telling you, hey, this is really close to the trauma that you've experienced. What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with that information? Can we even process it? Sometimes we cannot. I'm not a therapist. Sometimes that pushes people outside their window and they do what they have to not feel anything. Work with your therapist. In my opinion, it's not about just saying, I'm not going to do that, because it puts emotions in a good and a bad category and they're neutral. They're information. Shit your frequency. Is that our new shirt? Yeah. Good Lord, I'm losing brain cells. Maybe we can all collectively tithe our brain cells together to support our little gremlin village that lives under the bridge. Or trolls? I think we're trolls. No, we're not. We're gremlins with a conscience. In my opinion, listening to Courtney is like if a human was a white noise machine. Yep. It does sound like Scientology, doesn't it? It really does.
You don't get angry, you don't get upset. It's not that it doesn't happen, but you pull yourself back to neutrality and gratitude and love and abundance.
She is putting emotions in a good and a bad category. Anger, bad. Love, good. Passion, good. Fear, bad. Guilt, bad. Shame, bad. Or immoral, whatever. Immoral on oh my God. Joy, good. No. All of them are neutral. They're neutral. This is a type of brainwashing, in my opinion. It's something they use in high control groups. All MLMs, in my opinion, are high control groups, and they use destructive influence to keep people in, to lure people in, and it ends up over time. It either happens quickly or it takes a long time, but people end up in a worse position financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically than they were when they first started. A few people at the top win. 99.6% of people lose, or 90, whatever the percentage is. Go read John M. Taylor's study. You can also look at the income disclosure statements by multi-level marketing companies, and they will tell you what people are earning, what percentage of people earn, what percentage of people are quote unquote winning. It's not always accurate because they'll do an average instead of the median, but here we are. Did she never watch Inside Out? Probably not. Hello, Alicia. Welcome. If it's your first time to a live replay crew, live chat, let me know. I'd love to say howdy, hey. Do we need clips from Inside Out? Because I think yes.
It's faster and faster and faster and faster. And the people that pop off, that get all like pissed off real fast, that want to just, and listen, I'm not perfect, okay? I've been there, I've done that. I'm self-aware enough to tell you that I am, okay? But I'm gonna speak this from a state of, I know what I'm talking about, okay? When people get like that, it is, and I get like that, okay? It is based off of past experience.
No, it's not. Sometimes you are divergent. Sometimes things have happened. Sometimes you get activated. Sometimes it's a sensory overload. Sometimes it's whatever. Maybe you're neurotypical. I don't know. Sometimes things are happening and your body's trying to process, your brain's trying to process, and you can get activated. You can get, you can raise your voice, you can do whatever. If you're not harming other people and you're not harming yourself, the emotions you're experiencing are neutral. They're neutral. I would say that Courtney does not. Courtney, you don't know what you're talking about. You do not know what you're talking about.
Experiences. The emotions that you're
Yes.
feeling are based off of past experiences.
Yes, Lady Midersaw.
And so you take, the more you get present, and how do you do that? Not only do you ground yourself, not only do you get into a state of gratitude, but truly take the time to learn how to meditate. Like, learn how to act.
Okay, she's doing this, in my opinion, she's doing this, whatever, to present herself as some type of person giving good knowledge. But if she's using this on her team, it is a way to silence your gut, because emotions are now good or evil. And she's saying whatever you're experiencing, maybe you're saying, hey, this isn't for me. Oh, well, that's confusion. That's disbelief. That's not whatever. That's your inner child doing something and you shouldn't listen to it. That's your lack of belief, blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't listen to that. Ground yourself, meditate, whatever. Silence all the bad things, whatever those are. The bad things to them are anything that will take you out of their pipeline of money and leave and go save yourself, save your family, save your finances. Just consider that what you're feeling is valid and emotions are neutral. Emotions are neutral. If you're feeling something about the MLM you're in, if you're feeling something about the high control group you're in, that's valid. Questions are not evil. Questions are not bad. Questions are not attacks. If they can't answer your questions, that's a red fucking flag. Yeah, exactly, Liz. I think it's so funny, incredibly sad that every time we have a Courtney Shortney live, the live chat is always so confused and Courtney, where is the plot? Yeah. It's also, it's wild that someone with this level of communication ability, this level of convoluted, chronological, intelligent conversation, intelligent way to communicate things is at the top of a compensation plan. It doesn't make sense. Also, her buffering, her twisty way that she expresses herself, her inability to grab any kind of clarity that Pruvit ketones could offer shows me, in my opinion, that the product doesn't work. The product doesn't work. It's giving blaze and rambling. Enjoy the commentary. It's a thought-stopping technique. Exactly, Elizabeth. Exactly. Y'all are spot on. Live chat, you're spot on. Replay crew, if you don't have the live chat open, it should populate a couple of hours after this finishes up. But it's a fun time to be able to have the live chat up and see the commentary, because even getting to see what the y'all on the replay crew write, I really enjoy it. And it adds a lot to helping people figure out that they're in a cult.
Actually be present with yourself, with your thoughts, sit with your emotions, sit with your feelings, and understand what is not serving you.
This is not
Fear,
serving me.
Sadness, lack, hate, it doesn't serve you.
I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to lose my shit. I really am. I'm pulling up some of my notes. she is talking a little bit about emotional intelligence, right? The ability to recognize and understand, manage, and influence your own emotions, right? Emotional intelligence. Look it up for yourself. Emotional agility, in my opinion, I like that more, in my opinion, in my experience, based on my conversations with my therapists, is and this isn't easy for me because I'm my autism, but it's the ability to be fluid. It's the ability to be flexible. It's the ability to be flexible with my thoughts and my emotions, and emotions being neutral and being pieces of information so that I can respond to situations that align with my core values and what I want to do. Acting on your values, not necessarily on your emotions, but also not putting your emotions in moral categories. It's all neutral. It's all neutral. It's all neutral, in my opinion. You need both, I think, but I like emotional agility more than I like emotional intelligence. For sure, she's trying to manipulate her downline ineffectively, but she's trying to have them pick up on these thought-stopping techniques. She's trying to add value so people want to come back to her channel so she can start layering ketones, but she's also sharing this type of stuff, in my opinion, with her downline. Anyone in Courtney's downline is going to need some extra TLC deprogramming. She has got to have them so confused on top of normal cult programming. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's tough to listen to for sure. One away from 100. Let's go. Thank you so much.
Okay? And I have a solid memory. And I will not hold on to things. I will forgive. It doesn't mean I have to forget. You said, I just wanted to read what you wrote. You just wrote this down. Emotions are based on past experiences. Absolutely.
No.
And it's not mine originally, but you can quote me.
Oh my God.
We know that I know that we both know. Exactly. And it's like, I don't have to bring it into this because I don't have to be that person, right? But
you're already bringing it into this. The amount of people, yeah, you don't have to deal with all your shit online. Private things, private. Do you. If you're going to say, hey, these are all really specific details about a situation that I'm going through, but because I'm not going to name the person, this is just going to be super vague and not really helpful. Come on. It's stirring the pot. How does her downline take her seriously? Because Jessie Lee used to back her. She used to say over and over she's Jessie Lee's best friend. I think she genuinely misses Jessie Lee. Fine. When you have someone tell you, hey, Courtney Shortney, she's going to be a great leader for you. Courtney Shortney, she's going to be a great leader for you. Only because Courtney doesn't follow up the big talk that Jessie Lee had about Courtney, her downline is losing trust because this person is not someone that people easily trust. Oh. Sweet. I hope. Oh, also, I love your spider. I follow someone on my Instagram and calls them puppies. They're so cute. I'm new to lives, and this is the last couple of weeks is the first time I heard that emotions are neutral. As someone with 0 emotional regulation, thank you so much for teaching me this. Yeah, there's a lot of shame for having big emotions from growing up. For me, there's a lot of carried shame. And now learning they're neutral, it's freeing. She's hoping people will hear all this and ignore the red flags they previously experienced and rejoin her MLM. Yeah.
I know, and I won't forget. My current emotions are based on my current experiences. That is living in the present, exactly. And so whenever you're like, okay,
Hey,
I want more abundance, I want more love, I want more of this. And then you get into that state, you attract more of it. And then you get into that really, really powerful, authentic gratitude, the way that you start to really feel like, wow, I'm so confident. I'm exactly who I have chosen to be.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a therapist. I'm trying to say this over and over again. Go find your therapist. This has been life-changing for me. However, go talk to a professional. Oh my God. Let me rewind it for a second.
Really feel like, wow, I'm
She's talking about being confident. When you're so low, content warning, mental health regarding myself. When I was in the psychiatric facility last year, when I was in full-time partial hospitalization program, we were talking about this concept of showing yourself compassion, because you can be compassionate to yourself even when you feel like shit. You can find one thing to be compassionate about in yourself even when your confidence is non-existent. So this idea that you have to build yourself up to be this confident person, no, that's like why I asked, like, hey, what's a high, what's a low? Can you find a high when you feel like at the very bottom? Yeah, maybe it's just, I don't know what it is for you. My high today was choosing my self-regulation tools, going and moving my body, doing my, I use temperature to regulate myself and to ground myself. I like extreme heat and then extreme like cold. So anyways, that was my high, choosing things that I didn't want to do, but doing it for my mental health. Because those things I know help me infrastructure-wise to be the best version of myself, but also to keep me safer. My low was just my mental health. I feel very bad about myself. I feel a lot of big feelings after going to the baby shower this weekend. So there's lots of, that's like low. But you can find a high and a low even when you're at the very bottom. You can be compassionate to yourself even when you have no confidence. So I'm not the champion of like, find your confidence. It's like, no, sometimes you just have to exist and not find the confidence yet. Sometimes you're not confident every day. Can you be compassionate to yourself every day? Yeah, you can. Go talk to your therapist. It's not me. I'm not Ashley Molstad here.
So confident. I'm exactly who I have chosen to be, and I'm becoming more of that version of myself over and over again. It's like you become so authentic that you can instantaneously attract into your life faster and faster.
Yeah, no, that's why I try to share my experience. I know like therapy is out of reach for a lot of people. I know that healthcare wise, like here in the US too, it's difficult. It's incredibly difficult. That's why I share some of the stuff that I've learned, because it's been life-changing for me. And if it either like helps you look into more stuff for yourself or maybe have conversations if you do have access to therapy, that's incredible. Going from feeling like I am out of touch with everything, that I don't fit in anywhere, that all of my emotions, my reactions are just like wrong and evil and whatever, to being in therapy and like people saving my life or whatever, and understanding, or I guess grasping the concept that emotions are neutral, was life-changing for me. It really was. Sorry. I'm done.
Faster and faster. Exactly what you're calling it. It'll happen quicker and quicker. I was just having
I
a
love that,
conversation
Amy.
with one of the girls on our team, and she's like,
yay.
I realized that I was being triggered by, and I'm going to share some of my moments too. She said, I realized that I was being triggered by being in a certain part of town because they were with past relationships that were very negative, right? And she's like, and it was going to clean a friend's house, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know if I can keep doing this. Should I like stop cleaning for her because I don't like the way that this feels. It's really making me, and I didn't realize that I was holding on to the past feelings of the experiences that I've had. She's like, I thought I've worked through it. I thought I released it, but I realized that in this moment of feeling this, I haven't. So maybe I need to stop coming to this part of town. She's like, but how could I do that? Like, this friend of mine has, 5 kids. She works a lot. She needs this. Like, I can't leave her hanging. She tells me all the time what a godsend I am to be able to help her. I kid you not, she shared with me, I got a phone call from her. I didn't. She's saying this to me. She's like, I picked up.
Did the person that you're talking to approve you sharing this story? I mean, you're not saying the name, but you are sharing a lot of details.
The phone, and she goes, hey, I just noticed that, like, we're not always I'm not at the house at the same time you are, and I just wanted to have this phone conversation with you instead of, like, because I wanted to do it in person, but we haven't seen each other. I don't know, I can probably keep you for another month, but I won't be able to keep having you come to the house. So basically, like, laid her off for a period of time. It was instantaneous, and the amount of work that this girl has done and aggressively put in work and then transformed herself. And then she had the thought while she was cleaning the house, the friend called within hours, and instantly, she no longer has to go back to that. Like, she's, that's how it works.
Courtney, let me just gently say this. I don't know if you're going to get to this part in the video, because sometimes when someone makes a video about you, you don't even want to watch it. Can I just direct you? If you're a fan of Courtney Shorty, can you just encourage her to watch her own live streams back? And to really listen to it and ask yourself, are you completing the thoughts that you think you are? I say that to myself as well. When I listen to myself on my live streams, in my head sometimes I finish a thought. Out loud, I don't. I'm working on not using filler words. I'm working on as I do my filler word, I'm working on trying to be clearer when I speak. I'm working on trying to finish a thought. I'm working on trying to describe things in a way that is clearer for the audience. You can get that too, training. You can also get it just by listening to your shit and saying, okay, I can work on that. Maybe I'll do a little bit. Maybe I'll pivot. Like whatever they say in the Empire, I'm going to pivot 1 degree. I'm just going to work on it. Listen to your stuff back, Courtney, because this is chaotic. It's confusing. It doesn't make sense. It's convoluted. And you would be more effective if you didn't do this shit. You really would. But she has perfect memory. Why would she need to watch it back? Amy, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's never going to happen because Miss Ma'am has a perfect memory. Oh, also, I forgot to text people today. But normally, when I'm on my A game, we started this last week or the week before. Lots of people use this for school, but I'm using it to try to text people who aren't in the Discord to let them know when we're going live. You can also, if you have the app, if you're not in the US, the app can give you notifications. So you can do all the texting stuff to get notifications. And some of y'all found that really helpful. So I'm trying to offer that, even though I didn't do it today. So rip. Oh, y'all know we have new... I'm trying to be clear. We have new emotes. Hopefully. I'm going to try them out. I'm working on them. We have a rip one and we have receipts. The receipt should be a little smiley face receipt. And the rip should be a green skull, crossbones that make an RIP for our members. So we have a little smiley face receipt, and then we have rip. I'm working on changing everything. So hopefully that's fun for y'all. Oh no, Tori. Feeling a bit lousy with bronchitis, but glad to be a part of this corner of the interwebs for this long. Tori, thank you so much for being here for 20 months. Holy shit. We're not gonna cry. Thank you so much. Moving on up.
Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Hi, Coconuts. Thank you so much. the people who, not that you have to stay on my channel forever, not that I know that I can start doing something that makes my channel like not desirable to be a part of. It's just the ebb and flow. I will say it is very nostalgic. It's very like, I'm very grateful to see some of y'all that have been here from the beginning when I only had, 60 subscribers. And I know that that can't be everybody. I know that you can come in and out of interest with content, but it's really cool to see and to parasocially, I guess, but to see regulars and being and doing this for 3 years, we've done a lot of MLM content, and it is way more, I guess, say fun. It's way less despairing to do it with people and the other creators, but especially the live chat. So I guess in a culty way, I'm really grateful for y'all. The end. Oh my God, Danielle just gifted 5 DC memberships. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Welcome to Illyria.
Horatio Gold, headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you.
Good night, Nicolai.
Heard you wanted to see me.
Nikolai.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Welcome and welcome back to our new group. And here's the Discord link. Do it moving on up. Coconuts has been here for 23 months. Oh, that's so nice. Said, you are wonderful. Never forget that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That makes me feel good. Also, I love our lurkers. Abby said, I'm more of a lurker, but I've loved being here. I'm really glad that y'all are here, even if you don't pop in to say to the chat, because I know I was just a lurker for the first year of watching, and even if I had never stepped out and said anything and never created a channel or whatever, like lurking was a way to be a part, and sometimes it's nice just to watch, and that's I'm glad you're here just as much as I'm glad that people who chat are here, and just as much as the replay crew are here. So I'm gonna be done being emotional. All right.
That is exactly how it works. And I started to realize there are people, so many people, that are aggressively
Good night, Liz.
being removed from my life. And I mean, it's happened a lot over the last 2 years.
I'm so glad.
Aggressively. And last year, I was
Denise said, yeah, I've lurked for a year and just started commenting a little. Thank you so much. It's a big jump. It's a big risk starting to comment, and I don't take it for granted that some of y'all are dipping your toes in. And I know, Gregory Schmeggery, how are you? Yeah, she's at the top. She got stacked to hell in a handbasket. She is, in my opinion, allegedly. She got Jesse Lee stacked her, and then Brian Underwood did something. She's at Legend now. Which YouTuber did I watch when I was getting out of MLM? Initially I actually ran across a pro MLM lawyer. Then I watched a MLM trial with Travel Max. And then I saw a Kiki Chanel video about a body Zoom call that she had snuck into. And then I watched I watched CC Suarez a little bit for the Monate stuff. I started when Aaron got out and started making content, I started dipping my toes into the chat, and I watched Julie Joe. The chat, joining Aaron's Discord and talking to people in the chat while I was still in MLM was very it was just kind of, I say soothing. It was cathartic. It was a relief to be able to ask questions and not get in trouble for it. And people not rushing me to get out. But I could ask questions, and when they answered them, it was not a big, it just was. And then when I got out, the support of not just, oh yeah, we wanted you to get out, now you're out. It was, hey, I'm literally crying my eyes out because I really miss the people that I spent years and years with, talking with daily, who have ghosted me and just cut the relationship off. And the empathy that people in the Discord offered me, not only empathy, but pointing me to Amy Ure. And I watched all of Amy's content. So I would say, like, yeah, I watched creators, but it was more live chat that helped me get out. So, oh my God, Anna. It's nice to have our neurospicy brains make sense. I'm not going to say sorry for crying, because crying is regulatory, but I know we're trying to watch Courtney.
Processing and trying to figure out, like, who am I meant to, I can't keep people closed out. Like, I want to have close relationships. I want to have close friendships, but y'all, I'm not going to call anybody my best friend. I'm just not. I'm not there. I will say one of my best friends for sure, but the best friend, that's Jessie Lee. Still is. Not changing that. And I thought to myself, but I want friendships. I want close friendships. I want to feel like I have more best friends. And I had to really let my guard down and understand that I was being triggered by that. And I'm also triggered whenever people tell me one thing about our relationship and how they feel about me and how they feel about a certain situation. And it's like, within a short period of time, now it's completely opposite.
She's talking about situation.
So I'm triggered by that because I am so authentic.
This is a conversation for you to have privately in therapy. You know she's specifically talking about someone? Then stop being friends with them. It's okay. Sometimes you stop being friends with someone. That's fine. It's not evil to do that. It is a little twisty for you to potentially have not shared any of this information with the person, and you decide to share it with everyone on the internet before this person realizes that they've maybe fucked up, or maybe you fucked up. And maybe it's like, you know what? Sometimes relationships end and there's no resolving them. And maybe they come back in the future. But doing a live stream like this, friendship killer. Trust me.
I coach authenticity. I live authenticity. I am opening the amount of conversations that I've had over this, okay?
Jessie Lee used to do it. It might be a stim. It seems like she's picked up some things that I think she really misses Jessie Lee. I don't think that she's been able to process grief in a healthy way, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And instead of processing her love and being able to separate her authentic self from who Jessie Lee was, she seems to be absorbing all the characteristics she remembers about Jessie Lee into her own persona, in my opinion. Which is like, as much as I don't enjoy a lot of things about Courtney, she deserves to be her authentic self. And she's not worth less because she's not like Jessie Lee. I hope she someday feels comfortable that who she is as a person is good enough to share with the world, not just trying to become Jessie Lee and thinking that's the only way she can show up and be accepted by people.
And so when someone does not authentically say what they mean what they say, and their actions follow it, I'm fucking triggered. I get triggered. And I was like, okay, is it me? What could I have done better? Because
Don't tell a story. Don't tell a story. Don't tell a story. Here's a talking format. Hey, when I saw you, allegedly, so Jen said, I wonder if this isn't about Kelsey Ray. I think this was posted when Kelsey Ray went on a cruise and didn't travel with her, allegedly. Let me tell you when this was posted. GREC. This was posted 5/13/2025, so 7 days ago, a week ago. So it could be about that or it couldn't. Here's the talking format. Hey, when you said this, I thought that it meant you, hey, when you texted me this, when you texted me blah, 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 I created a story in my head that you don't like me, that you, whatever it is. Is that true? Did I misread that? Is there something else that I need to know to understand why you said that? Oh yeah, actually I wasn't mad at all. Oh yeah, actually I did have more stuff to say. Getting trapped in your head, I do it all the time, isn't healthy. Hey, when you said that, this is how it made me, this is the story I made up about it. And this is how it made me feel. I feel really shitty. I feel like you don't like me as a person when you said that. Is that story I'm telling myself true? Is it false? Do I just need more information, or can you give me more information? Oh yeah, I didn't mean that at all. Ask some damn questions. Ask some questions. Instead of going on a live, dude, some of these screenshots I got were wild. Going on a live and presenting yourself like you're authentic, whatever, authentic people, potentially, when it's safe for them, when it's emotionally healthy for them, have conversations with friends in private, or a conversation with people at all. You can do whatever you want, obviously. I've lost a lot of friends in the past 3 years. I lost a lot of friends. I thought friends when I left MLM. It never gets easier losing a friend, in my opinion. And when you do share and you are open with someone and then the friendship ends, that's still sad. Kelsey Ray was on the cruise then. I know Courtney wanted Kelsey Ray to travel with her, but she sprung it on Kelsey Ray in Turkey, but then Kelsey Ray went on a cruise. The timing is interesting, for sure. Who's Kelsey Ray? Kelsey Ray is in the same company, was in the same downline as Courtney. She is in the Empire. She still sells ketones. She is the person on TikTok. She has about 1 million followers on TikTok, and she told the internet that teachers were glorified babysitters. And even though Kelsey Ray has all the time in the world to make a ton of live streams, she doesn't have time to sign her son's homework paper, literally a signature. He needs 5 signatures in the week so that parents know what the hell are being taught in the schools so he can get his little prize. And she said, not only do I not have time to sign the paper, I'm going to take my kid out of school and do unschooling with him and do unschooling with all my kids. The first day that I saw them do that, she's having them clean out her vehicle. Fine, she's taking them to the store and they're doing percentages. Okay, unschooling the right way is not that. Kelsey Ray's twisty. Courtney Shortney's twisty. The whole empire situation, twisty. The Columbia trip, where Jessie Lee made them go on an 18-hour hike, surprise, that was twisty. There's so much lore and twistiness to all of this. Savannah has a lot of videos on it. Aaron has a lot of videos on it. Aaron B's was in Jessie Lee's downline. I followed Jessie Lee when I was still in MLM. I thought that she had good tips and advice. And then when I woke up, I was like, wow, this is really twisty.
Clearly, I have 50% responsibility in this relationship.
No.
Girls saying, and sometimes it's so painful, but incredibly necessary. Yes.
No, it's 100%, 100%. Can you give like 100% all the time? No, but it's not like, all right, I'm at 49%. You better come to the 50% before I go 1 more percent so we can be equal. No, if your friendship's like that, maybe find another friend. And this is coming from someone who doesn't have a ton of friends. And I'm grateful for acquaintances. I'm grateful for any friendship that I still have. If it's, God, this is exhausting.
Exactly. And so I asked myself, and I got really, really hard on myself, you guys. And I started going into this downward spiral of certain people that are exiting my life. And I was like, you know what? All is according to plan.
No.
And this is happening for me, not to me. And I actually started to look.
I guess I am feeling lots of emotions about this because I think after Jessie Lee passed away, all of the people in the close-knit group who were close to Jessie Lee, who were in the, let me put up a little overlay. This is sad. They were the top leaders, the core devotees. They all started saying, this is all according to plan. That Jessie Lee passing away was according to plan, that it was supposed to happen that way, that, and now Courtney's saying, oh, my friend is not going to be my friend anymore, and it's all according to plan, and it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. No. I disagree. Someone passing away in a very painful manner, that's not all is according to plan. You're taking away the impact of someone passing away and the devastation of someone passing away, saying it's all according to plan. I don't know how to articulate it. That's fuckery. I disagree. I disagree very strongly about that. Someone dying from cancer is painful. Watching Jessie Lee have a bunch of yes people around her, watching Ed Milet convince her to keep working when she wanted to step back, and then her listening to all these people who didn't have her best interests at heart, then come and say after she's passed away in an incredibly painful manner, say, all according to plan, all according to plan, all according to plan. Fuck no. No. People dying from cancer is awful. It's not according to plan. I have big feelings about this because even the issues I've had with a bunch of MLM leaders trying to unpack the coercive control that they have on their downline, watching someone get sucked into pseudoscience, then promoting that pseudoscience, then having a bunch of yes people around them, or people who only had their best interests at heart, and not somebody, and watching the decline, and then having her supposed friends say, all according to plan. Dear God, I hope I never have friends like that. I really hope I never have friends like that. Sorry.
Deeper into how it made me feel and why I felt that way. Why am I picking myself apart? Why am I now attacking my own? And I knew it immediately. I was like, I gotta meditate. I have to meditate because my thoughts, if you think about frequencies, okay, and
Yeah.
when we think about a higher,
Alicia said, as an ICU nurse turned hospice nurse, the way Jessie Lee passed away breaks my heart. It could have been so different. I wonder if them saying all is according to plan is kind of a way to do thought stopping, to control the amount of grief that they are experiencing, but it's still, in my opinion, disrespectful to say that. It's out of touch.
vibrational frequency, which means there are actually sounds that align with emotions, okay, or emotions, yeah, like, or states of emotion. I'm going to say the words and then that'll make sense. Authenticity is the highest frequency. Okay.
Oh my God.
Up with gratitude, and there's love, and there's peace, and there's I'm forgetting all of them, right? So when you're lower frequency, lower vibration, they're lower hertz, okay? So up here, 963 hertz is the frequency of God, okay? And then it goes higher and higher and higher and higher.
Oh my God.
And they're wider, right? Whenever you look at the scale, it's like a wider frequency, okay? But then as you become more negative, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And why is that?
Did you not pay attention to any science in school? Young Living does the same thing with frequencies. They talk about frequencies in food. They talk about frequencies of disease. They talk about combating frequencies of disease with frequencies of essential oils. Emotions are information. Emotions are neutral. You take that information. Emotions are signposts for core values. You process through that. Emotions aren't like this. Like there's a better one, then there's a less better one, and you go all the way down. They are like this. And the spectrum is not this is bad, this is good. It's we're here, here's the information. Am I feeling anger? Am I feeling fear? Am I feeling pain? Am I feeling joy? Am I feeling love? Am I feeling shame? Am I feeling guilt? Whatever the 8 are or whatever. Then you get to process that information. It's not that easy, but you... She's... We're looking at this because this is a leader of a large team in Pruvit. Pruvit was acquired by Herbalife. This is the mentality that a lot of people are being exposed to, and it's destructive influence. It's coercive. It's intentional. You have the constructive side of influence on the left, where you get to encourage your authentic self, unconditional love, compassion, conscience, creativity, and humor. Free will, critical thinking. Then on the destructive side, you have false or your cult identity, conditional love, hate, doctrine, solemnity, fear, and guilt, dependency, obedience. Even though she's talking about love, even though she's talking about hate being bad, you see how these show up in MLM, in high control groups, and how the categories of them are individuals, leaders, and organizations. We're seeing this. We're seeing her use her mentality destructively. Influence is everywhere. It can be good or bad. It can be constructive or destructive. Savannah said, okay, you know what? I'm in the bathtub right now and I have to stop to say, how would anyone know what the frequency of God is? Great question, Savannah. If y'all aren't following Savannah, she's on the road to 100,000. I was like 1,000, 100,000 subscribers. I think she's in the 96,000 range. So we're on 100K watch. If only, David, if only.
Because if you think about a funnel, you think about, those little
Someone in MLM, someone in a pyramid scheme talking about a funnel. Cool. Right after talking about frequencies, cool.
donation coin things where you put a coin in and it spins and it's like, and then it gets to the point where you start to get negative, and guys, it will suck you in. Gravity just pulls it all the way down. All the way down. All the way down to hatred and just shame and guilt.
Shame is healthy. You know why? Shame can tell you you're operating outside your core values. I'll tell you, when I was in Mary Kay, there were situations that happened that I felt shame about because honesty was important to me. There were situations I felt shame about because integrity is important to me. So I felt shame because those were information, they were signposts to my core values, that when I was behaving in the way, listening to my leader about how I treated people, I decided to listen to my leader instead of listening to my core values of integrity. And I mean, that's important to me. I'm not saying that I'm good at that. I'm saying that is important to me. And I felt shame because I was doing things in conflict with my core values. I cannot with Courtney.
And fear and lack, abundance, gratitude, love, peace, just there's
Same,
neutral,
Heather.
and then there's high frequency.
Hey, Raquel.
And I was going down. I was shaming myself. I started to think about my leadership. I'm this, I'm that. I started thinking about my parenting. I didn't.
Shame is, oh my God. Shame is healthy. You know why? We watched Courtney and the airport incident. We watched Courtney on one of my videos where she ignored her kids. She asked her kids to parent her other children. She shared really unstable psychological perspectives about that didn't necessarily apply to developmental stages. It was twisty. So she's saying, hey, I feel shame about my parenting. Sometimes that's a core value of I want to be a good parent, and I'm not being a good parent right now. I'm being nicer to people on my live stream than I'm being to my own children. You get to feel shame about that. You get to feel shame about that. Using destructive influence to keep people on your team in multi-level marketing to convince them to buy ketones that they can never actually sell through or ingest. That's you saying, I'm behaving as a bad leader and I get to feel shame about that. Maybe because you want to be a good parent. Maybe because you want to be a good leader. Maybe it's cognitive dissonance and you waking up and saying, hey, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I am doing really shitty things at the top of a pyramid.
I love the team so much. I wanted to be here. I was so excited to come. And so honored to be a part of this. But leaving my house, I didn't want to leave. And in this entire process, I'm on my cycle. It's just my period. My emotions are high. I'm just crying and emotional because of that. Completely disregarding the fact that my grandma passed away April 10th. Completely disregarding that it isn't just one thing, it's everything. That there are so many layers that I'm peeling back over and over and over again. And if I am picking myself apart, it's because I'm not being present. Because when we think about the things that we do in a day and the things that we're able to get done.
Yes.
And
love that, Julie.
Survived 100%, 1000% of our worst days. You guys would not trade places with me. You would not walk in my shoes and survive all of the things that I survived.
What? Huh? What are you talking about? I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm not the best person to pick up on intuitive things. I'm mostly like, hey, this is an interesting deviation from a pattern. And there's lots of y'all in the chat who are like, hey, we're going to help you out, letting you know when there's sarcasm, DC. Super helpful. I do not know what she's saying right now. I do not like the camera angle at all.
Just like I couldn't walk in your shoes and survive all of the things that you have survived. 101.
Sure.
We are placed in the lives and the positions and the experiences that we are meant to be.
She is talking to Facebook and Instagram. I know this is from Instagram because this is where I grab it. This is the auto downloader.
That we have to allow ourselves to release. And when you hit those walls where you're like, I'm not good enough, I'm not cut out for this, I'm burnt out, I'm this, I'm that, I'm low vibrational.
Hey, why do you feel like you're not good enough for this? Because you don't recruit anybody and you're at the top and you're telling other people to recruit? That you're telling people to do something that you literally cannot do? Your feelings, your information that your body, that your mind is offering you is valid. Now, sometimes you have bad self-talk. I certainly do. I've created some neural pathways that are like 8-lane highways about myself, my intelligence, my shame, my carried shame about being emotional. I'm working on that in therapy. Emotions are information. What's the information telling you? Emotional agility, not emotional intelligence, not shoving your feelings down, but listening to your emotions. Are they aligned or unaligned with your core values, and what are you wanting to do? What are you wanting to do? What are some of your goals? Hi,
When
Kimberly.
you hit those walls, you gotta stop, think about it, and shift your state. Shift your frequency. You change your state, you change your life.
Huh?
And the fastest way to do that is to truly meditate. Because
Oh
when you
my
meditate,
God.
you teach yourself, and y'all can say all day long, like, I don't know how to meditate, I'm so bad at it, my brain doesn't. Yeah, me too. Me too, because all we do is this.
Do we?
We're on our phones, you're consuming media all
Yes.
the time, especially when you do it for work.
Yes, for sure she does. And she's also doing a lot of body checking, which we kind of warned about people about that in the beginning, but she's talking to Facebook and then her Instagram camera's super low. It would be more effective if she had her camera side by side. That being said, I don't really want Courtney to be more successful. Jessie Lee was very hyper focused on her physical appearance, and I think Courtney picked up on that and now is going about it, in my opinion, in really unhealthy and unsafe ways. And I think you have to consider that. It is a sign that the ketones do not work, because everything she's doing now has nothing to do with ketones. The fasting, the eating food in the shade, the saying that you could eat whatever you wanted to when you're doing ketones and they were going to work. And now she's saying she's only eating meat and she's not eating sugar and she's not doing all this stuff. Do the ketones work or not? I'm saying they don't work now. Based off of her. Alexis, hello. Howls to you all. She's secretly filming a Snickers commercial. Do we need the one with Betty White? The one where they say like you're not yourself when you're hungry, and it Betty White's in it. I don't know if y'all have seen that one. It's not the trauma Olympics. It's not about who has had it worse. It's about just dealing with it while not harming yourself or others. Elizabeth, really well said. Says the person constantly on her phone. Yes, one of the reasons her daughter, Clowntown covered this. I'm not sure anybody, I'm sure other people covered it, but Clowntown did a live and covered the situation where Courtney was on her phone. There was a mishap with Courtney paying attention to what was going on. The suitcase she was holding got away from her. Her daughter, who's very small, was at the bottom of the escalator, and the suitcase almost took her out. Talking about paying more attention to the phone than you are paying to your surroundings. Now, accidents can happen. That being said, there's a lot of phone time going on. There's a lot of phone time taking priority over interacting with her kids and keeping her kids, in my opinion, safer. Good night, Carrie. I love Legos.
And if you can't just sit and be present with yourself and sit and shut your brain off,
Hero.
how will you ever get into the present moment? Are you ever just sitting there and looking around you and just in awe of the people in your life, and you just smile with such a deep gratitude that you...
Can you, thanks Alexis. I definitely missed that. Okay, sorry, I missed that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to move you over to the my other folder so I can see more of your messages. Thank you.
You get to be in this moment. There's nothing like it. I just posted a story and I looked at my face and the way that I looked at Shalana, and I was like, oh, like we were having a moment. I don't know what my face looks like when I look at people because I can't see my face. It is a magic that is indescribable. Yeah, a state of being. It's like, remember who you are. And if you want to know where do I start with meditating? One of the things that I love the most is, we did it actually at Empire University. Jesse Lee sent it to us, or Jesse Lee played it for us, and we did it together at Empire University. It's one of my favorite ones that at a time when I wasn't really meditating, it really, really works. It helps shift your frequency, shift your state, and put you in a deep state of gratitude. Search on YouTube, Tony Robbins priming video. Tony Robbins. I know there's conflicting beliefs about neurolinguistic programming. I think that Tony is super unethical. He's super dangerous, in my opinion. The ideas that he spreads, how he spreads them, his impact, his destructive influence are very twisty to me. And using whatever priming stuff that she's talking about, yeah, not here for it. ROBBINS priming, PRIMING video, I think. Tony Robbins priming. I don't know.
Good night, Heather. Good to see you.
It's YouTube. And then it's like a fully edited video where he's like in the event, but then it's also showing you clips of like random recorded clips of people that are like in the world, right? But your eyes are closed the whole time anyway. And he'll tell you to think of a moment.
Listen to this.
And he'll give you examples. And he's like, put your hand on your heart. Like, this is at the end. And he has you do, this is what priming is. You sit on the chair, on the edge of the chair, and you will go.
I think she's traveling right now. I think she was in, Yeah, I thought she was traveling right now. Maybe this is her bathroom, but there was a lot of, well, yeah, we don't get any, but Tony Robbins has a lot of interesting / dangerous practices, but we were looking at a doTERRA team who use some of these Tony Robbins stuff, use some neurolinguistic stuff, and it keeps you in the MLM longer, and it's really twisty. Thanks for giving me a heads up, Alexis, and following up. I really appreciate that. I'm going to take it down. Thank you. Have a good day at work.
And he tells you exactly how to breathe. And so when you do breath work like that, combined with thinking about moments that you're extremely grateful for, or think about moments that you want to create in your life, it completely shifts your state quickly. Bosley is so proud of you. This is why. Oh, I love you. Margot says, big hugs, lots of love. I see you, quote unquote, because I love that poem so much. Thank you for that. You amazing woman, amazing mom, amazing human. Thank you. I love you guys so much. Thank you.
God.
I appreciate that. And right back at you, because you know what? I'm just a mirror. I'm just a mirror reflecting back to you what's already inside of you.
I'm just a mirror reflecting back to you what's already inside of you. What? So then what's the point of being friends with people if they're just a mirror reflecting back? If I'm hanging out, let's say with Charlene, and I take this stance of I'm just a mirror reflecting back to you what's already inside of you. I'm not a mirror, I'm an individual. What is she? Can someone help me understand what she's saying? Because I don't understand. Thought stopping.
You can't possibly see it in me unless it's already inside of you. And so when you focus on gratitude, it reflects back to you. Your brain doesn't actually know the difference
as she looks into a mirror.
Your thoughts that you want to create and your actual reality around you, which is why it's important to be present.
So in the doTERRA team, they thought about the timeline of their doTERRA. Then they thought about how they were going to feel at this moment. They were going to visualize it. Then what was going to happen in this rank, and their visualization, the reward, all this stuff. So they're going through and they're thinking about how their emotions are going to be, how blah, blah, blah. So they get deeper and deeper into the high control group because they're doing these exercises that, one, help thought stop, but also tie emotions to events that haven't happened yet. And it ends up getting twisty because most people don't make any money, lose money, or go into debt in multi-level marketing. So if their minds are tied to the potential that they could be successful, it just ends up quieting your gut and you're not able to critically think, and it gets dangerous really, really quickly. Savannah. Okay. Maybe, if it's that same video, I'd love to see it. I'm going to download it before it gets deleted.
And get into a state of gratitude. Because if you are focused on the negativity in your life, or the lack of, or the people exiting, or shaming and guilting yourself because of whatever situation or scenario, you will continue to spiral downward. And I've just been faced with these scenarios, and I'm like, okay, what is it that I'm meant to look at right now? What am I meant to reflect on? And back to my point, I'm like, when you get into the state of gratitude.
Hold on. No, this is an old one. I'm not really okay with this, just uploading my stuff without commentary. You can find my stuff on my channel. You can find stuff on my Patreon. Patreon is free right now. I'm just trying to store stuff over there. I only have 2 videos up, but I'm going to do the other 5 of Nueva. So All right. I'm in the bathtub just lurking.
That's neuroplasticity. Like, thank God for neuroplasticity. The fact that our brain evolves and changes and stretches. Like, you stretch the vessel. You stretch your capacity of what you can hold. You stretch the things that you allow and don't allow. Like, nope, we're gonna put that over here. That goes in that bucket. And this is my present bucket. This is in the now. Because if you are thinking about the past, you're actually living in the past. How many of you guys, can you raise your hand? Can you drop a 5
If you're thinking about the past, you're living in the past? No?
in the comments below? For real. Drop a 5. If you have ever had someone tell you the same story over and over and over and over again to the point where you're like, and you just sit there and you're like, and you're like, and you're on your phone, and then you feel bad for being on your phone because you're not actually intentionally listening to this person talk to you.
This is so, can I say this? You're a fucking hypocrite. We'll rewind it.
Had someone tell you the same story over and over and over and over again to the point where you're like, and you just sit there and you're like, and you're like, and you're on your phone, and then you feel bad for being on your phone because you're not actually intentionally listening to this person talk to you. And sometimes you even catch yourself like,
case in point, your kids talking to you when you're on a live and you're not present with them. So we're not allowed to have memories anymore. Okay, cool, Courtney. We watched it with the chat first, and I did a video on it, but it's just awful.
hey, you know, you've told me this story before. Oh my God. I'm like, dude, they are stuck in the past. I've been there before. I've repeated stories. I still do it. I'm not perfect at it, okay?
You're telling yourself stories.
I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not claiming that. It's always so funny whenever like people coach and train on polarizing things and like, I will always, yeah, right. Because, you know, we have neuroplasticity. We evolve. Like, I've been the person that has repeated stories.
Oh my God.
I've actually had Jessie Lee tell me on a coaching call, you know, every time that we have a coaching call, this is the conversation that we have. I was like,
Jessie Lee is not the person that I would say was a individual who said great things on her call. She had a lot of charisma. People followed her. She had a huge organization. She recruited a ton of people, and she was really nasty to the people in her downline.
you're not wrong. And whenever you have someone who is living in the past, focusing on past experiences, and they're creating the emotions based on those past experiences, they are creating a predictable future. The only way that you change the future is by getting present and shifting your state. Because if you constantly have thoughts about what you're supposed to be doing, what you should have done, what you could have done different, oh my God, I'm not doing this, this is gonna happen because of this, that neither one of those is being present. What do you want? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? What do you want to be known for? Change it right now. It's neuroplasticity. You can become the exact version of you right now, and the only way to do it is now. You can't do it yesterday. You can't do it tomorrow. It is only now. It is only right now. Like, I'm going to do it tomorrow. No, the fact that you think you're going to do it tomorrow means you're not going to do it, because that is still living a predictable pattern. You've always done that. You've always said you're going to do it tomorrow. Do it now. And so the faster you can change your state, the faster you change your life, because your brain doesn't know the difference. And I started to be like, damn, I gotta go to somebody who's going to help get me out of this. And I talked to Joshua, and I talked to Kelsey, and I talked to Anna.
Kelsey, right? Joshua is her husband. I have no idea who Anna is.
Different conversations, not the same conversation. Another tip, stop having the same conversations over and over again with different people.
No, you can. You can keep having the same conversations. Maybe they say, hey, you've already told me this. I don't really want to have this conversation anymore. That's why you use your words. Sometimes you're processing something. Sometimes people process out loud. You know who the best person to process with? Maybe your therapist. Hey, do you have the bandwidth? Do you have the spoons to be able to have this conversation? I know we've had it over and over again. I'm still working through it, and I'd love to be able to talk about it with someone. Can we do that? Oh, yeah, sure. Or, hey, I don't have the spoons to do that. Okay, cool. You respect someone else's emotional boundary, and then, because you may not have a therapist. You may not be able to process this with someone.
You're doing the same thing.
Yes.
And Joshua reminded me, he's like, he made me cry, because I was like, hey, I just got into a state of gratitude. I was like, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you. I know that you don't, even through the boundaries that you've set, like I've set my boundaries, right? And even through the boundaries that you've set, I'm really grateful that I'm able to come and share these things with you. It really, really helps. And he had already helped shift my perspective a couple times, and was like, you're being really hard on yourself. Stop creating these stories, because you're so much better than you.
Kitty, you just missed, I say stream of consciousness. It's mostly like a bumper car of consciousness. We have whiplash. Our knees are kind of scrunched up because we're in the wrong size vehicle. It's been wild. It has been wild.
Give yourself credit for, or something like that. I forget what he said. And today he said, grief is really hard in these moments. I don't always know what to say. It was like, you don't even realize how good you are. You don't even realize how much you do. And I was like, shit. That's what this has been.
What?
It isn't about the people exiting my life. It isn't about the way that I'm parenting. It's not about the way that I'm leading.
Dude. It could be about the way about your parenting. Oh, DC, you don't even have kids. No, I don't. I sure have had some my parents are great. My brother and his wife are incredible parents. I know what good parenting looks like. I know what good parenting looks like and how it can impact healthy adults. I'm not healthy, but my brother, super healthy, in terms of mentally, my sisters, my other brother, I'm a little bit on the extra help bus, but I can at least say, hey, the way this parenting is, it really helps establish a individual who has healthy communication, has healthy boundaries, is whatever it is. I know what dangerous stuff looks like. I'm not going to gaslight myself just because I don't have kids. I'm not. Sometimes it is about your parenting. Sometimes it is about your leadership. Sometimes it is about every single thing that she's saying that it's not about. What? Hello, Managed Geek. How are you? Good to see you. Or type it out. Is live journal still a thing? That might work too. Yeah. Yep.
It's not about the way I'm showing up on the internet. It's not about the way that I'm working this job or playing these different roles. 10, 1, 11.
What?
This is a spiral from grief. And I didn't even realize that that's what was hitting me. And
I mean, if you watched any anti-MLM video in the past, I don't know. Since 2023. We've literally been saying, you look like you're deeply, deeply grieving. And saying that Jessie Lee is speaking through your daughter is unhealthy grieving. Turning yourself into a clone copy of Jessie Lee isn't a healthy way of grieving. It's not. It's not.
And I've been doing that. When I go to cry, I'm like aware of like, wow, I need to process right now. Like I need to allow myself to process. And there are 15-minute meditations. Not only Tony Robbins, guys, but Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you want to be serious about meditating, get serious about meditating and do it with him.
If y'all didn't know, there are some yoga cults. There's some meditation cults. There's some individuals who lead stuff that end up being high control group leaders. You can go and answer the questions, fill out the survey and say, okay, yes, my leader does this, or yes, my leader. You can go through that and say, hey, am I part of a high control group? Oh yeah, I actually more of the questions answered align with high control group than not. Maybe I don't want to be a part of this group. Good leaders, good organizations, good ideas can stand up to scrutiny. They can.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. Like,
Yes.
just do it with him.
Yep.
Hi, Brandon. How are you? Oh my God, long time no see. How are you?
This one's 50 minutes. We're gonna stop in a minute. I know we're long over. I think it's still on her Facebook. And her Facebook's public. I wouldn't touch the poop, but if you want to go watch, feel free to.
Tell Michelle I said hey. And I was like, my grandma passed away a month ago. Like, normally I land in Europe and I'm so aware that I feel Jessie Lee even more.
Oh.
And all I could do was kept saying, I just want to cry. I just want to cry. And there were so many moments when I had the makeup on. I didn't want to really, I'm so down for releasing
Oh, good,
my
man.
tears. I don't care. But I was like, really just like trying to do this. And then I'd let the tears like just go away.
Agree.
Because otherwise then I have this.
There's Bible cults. There's high control group religions. There's individual cults. Like there's a high control group can be as small as like 2 or 3. So I think it has to be 3. I don't remember. It can be religion. It can be political. It can be in a business. It really can be anything. You don't have Facebook? I will attempt to upload this as an unlisted video on my YouTube, and I will put the link in the description so y'all can watch it.
And I'm still taking photos for the day. Like, I'm allowing myself to cry and feel the emotions. And I know it might sound silly. I know that it sounds silly. But at the same time, it's the reality. I'm like, I'm going to allow myself to feel it. I'm going to allow myself to feel it. And when he said that while I was on the train today, I was like,
Yeah.
how did I let that slip by me this time? I just went straight into doing all of the things. And I typed that back to him. I was like, he goes, you don't even realize how much, he's like, I see how much you carry. And Jessie Lee left such a big impact on this world.
Mm.
And you've picked up so much of it without even realizing it. And I just was like, I just started writing and feeling and thinking. I was
Sorry.
like, oh my God.
Exactly,
I was like,
Elizabeth.
well, no one, I was like, thank you so much for seeing all the things that like no one will.
I mean, even if you think about cliques in high school, those can be high control groups. Normally, like cliques are groups of people where you have a leader and they impact how the other members dress or behave, or how as a group they interact with somebody else. Those can be high control groups as well.
not to scare everybody, but when you know destructive influence is out there, you know that constructive influence is out there, you can be empowered with knowledge and make better decisions.
Ever know that I do. And even he knows, like, he's so aware that he doesn't know everything that I do. And I don't realize how much I do because I just do it. And he's like, exactly. And I thought, like, I was like, am I just triggered because, like, the last couple of times I've come to Europe on these long trips, like, it's triggered a fight between he and I. Like, am I just expecting a fight to happen? And then he said the grief thing, and I was like, oh. Slow down. Slow down, be present.
She's going through a lot. She lost her grandmother. She's separated from her husband. She is still mourning the loss of her best friend. A lot of people from the empire are leaving either to stop doing multi-level marketing altogether, like Brittany Anderson, or they're going to Amare, or they've gone to other companies. There's lots of change. There's lots of change and not a lot of intelligent, scientifically founded support that Courtney is pursuing.
And allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to feel it. And know that when triggers come up, it's like, I was already realizing, having a conversation with Anna, she's like, the people in your life that are unwilling, she actually said, that refuse to, the people in your life that are refusing to go on a spiritual journey.
What?
Are being removed from your life.
I'm sorry. Can I just say one thing to everybody? That is very controlling to say. For someone to say, hey, all the people being removed from your life are those who refuse to go on a spiritual journey. What? Hey, we don't vibe anymore. Hey, this thing that you did hurt me so deeply that I don't want to be friends anymore. Hey, we're in different places in life and we're just kind of we've kind of edged out of our interaction circles that happen. So, like, we don't hate each other, but we're not really close friends anymore. There's a lot of neutral reasons that people can stop being friends. And there's a lot of maybe more difficult reasons people stop being friends. And it's part of life. And is it painful when you stop being friends with someone? Yeah, it is. Sometimes is there reconciliation? Yeah. If there's not, is that the end of the world? No. Preserve and promote your emotional well-being, even if that decision doesn't make sense to other people. I feel like I'm being very Courtney Shorty right now, and I don't want to be. Broken waffles! Hero!
You think they're refusing?
Bye, kitty.
She said, yeah. I'm like, I was thinking, because I'm like, I've had people, like, even say, oh my gosh, like, I love that you know this stuff. I want to learn more from you. She's like, and did they ask more questions?
Sorry, I missed a question.
Like,
I'm sorry I'm missing some questions. Wendy said, or have joined Herbalife. Yes, they some of them have joined Herbalife. I think it's codependent. Like, I'm not trying to diagnose anybody, but it was very codependent on her part. Maybe not codependent. She was very attached. And those are all huge life changes, and a lot of them at once. Ob said, to be honest, I've lost my grandma and grandpa, a 12-year relationship, and a few other things, starting a couple weeks before Jessie Lee passed. So I feel like I'm experiencing some similar things as Courtney. Yeah. When did she separate from her husband? Last 8 months, I think. Y'all are correct. I also lost a friend who was 34 1 to 2 months before Jessie Lee Ward, so it's really weirdly close to her. Yeah. Bye, Alexis.
You right. You right.
You right? What?
I trigger
Oh, you're
people.
right.
And when they're not willing to come have the conversation about why they're triggered because they're not self-aware,
Huh?
I'm going to continue to trigger them until they exit my life.
No, you cannot control anybody's behavior. Boundaries are what you're going to choose to do, not forcing somebody else to do anything. Hey, there's a boundary here. I'm not willing to interact with you anymore. I'm not going to trigger them until they leave. Use your words. Courtney? Hey, since we're not able to process through this, and it's really important for me to be able to do that, and apparently you don't want to do it or we have different opinions about it, I think we should go our separate ways. Okay. People can take as long as they need to process through something that's really difficult. Just because you want to fix something fast doesn't mean that the other person has to do that. You can take as much time as you need in the process of preserving and promoting your emotional well-being to figure out how you want to say something to your friend, to figure out what you actually believe about what happened, or being able to express your feelings about what happened. And then, if you both have the spoons to have that conversation, great. Courtney's saying that, oh, the other person doesn't want to resolve anything. One, she shouldn't be having this conversation online, in my opinion. And two, okay, you put your big girl pants on, use your words, and just say, hey, I think we're on different pages. I don't think we vibe anymore. I'm really deeply hurt that you don't want to process through this with me. And I have no ill will towards you, but, you know, we're dunsies. I can't even make Knox do what I want him to, but he can usually trigger me to do what he wants. Yes, the cheese tax. It's completely okay to distance yourself from people who have repeatedly broken your boundaries. It's not getting triggered. It's just taking care of yourself. Yeah, Loose Lemon, she also teaches her kids that they are going to behave how people around you are going to behave how you treat them, which is very gaslighty, very dangerous, because let's say there's a situation where you end up being the victim in something. That thought of, I did this to myself, is extremely unhealthy. It's extremely wrong. It takes all the responsibility off of the person being either an evil person, a douche canoe, or just somebody who has maladaptive coping mechanisms or just was being a jerk that day. You are responsible for your own behavior, and you cannot make anybody do anything. You can't.
And I started to feel like, and also my self-awareness
Oh, I'm sorry, Julie.
is still like, okay, I still have 50% responsibility, and I'm still learning on how I can do things differently, but I refuse to change who I am in the way, wait, that's actually not true. Neuroplasticity, that's not true. You guys know that. I
refuse to change who I am. Oh, wait, by the way, no. Neuroplasticity, we need that. Okay.
I'm not changing the light in me that's triggering other people, but I'm being...
Sometimes it's not the light. Sometimes it's just the words that are coming out of your mouth. And sometimes what you're going to say, you're still okay with saying, and it's going to tell the other person, hey, we're not going to be able to interact anymore, or that person isn't able to interact with you anymore. It's not your light, it's your words and how you're behaving. And if your words and how you're behaving align with your core values, interacting with someone who doesn't respect your core values or they're in conflict, it's not a healthy relationship. Come on, dude. Becca put the come on, dude emote in. Oh my
aware
God.
of like, what can I do different as well in this situation? And the thing that I refuse to change is the way that I love people, the way that I give my whole heart, the way that I'm not going to cut people out of my life or cut off people or
Preserve and promote your emotional well-being, and sometimes that includes cutting people out of your life temporarily or permanently. It sucks. It sucks. It for sure sucks. Yes, she's been very active in the bathroom. She's been very like doing the Tony Robbins, like breathing. She's been moving around. She's very, very, very active. Okay, Oracle. Thank you so much for popping in to say howdy hey. If y'all are just popping in and you have to leave, if you want to give the stream a like, I'd love that. Thank you so much.
I'm not going to put the wall up.
Boundaries are
I've already done
hedges.
that.
Boundaries are hedges.
And I was blocking out this community of people. And so in the process of the last
It's not about my walls or not having anything. It's hedges. It's saying, this is how I'm okay with you interacting with me. This is the proximity I'm okay with. This is how speaking in an argument is what I'm okay with. We don't do sarcasm. We don't do gaslighting. We don't do manipulation. We don't yell. We don't name call. Those are internal boundaries for me in arguments. And so those are clearly stated. That's a boundary. That doesn't mean I can control you, but if you choose to talk to me in a way that crosses a boundary, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the conversation and I'm going to go remove myself to somewhere that you're not. Oh my God. It's not either or. It's not an either or fallacy. It's not either walls or nothing. Moderation, containment, self-control, all the things.
last, almost year and a half, right? A little over a year and a half. Navigating deep, intensely deep grief.
With a therapist.
I've found those who are on a spiritual journey with me, who are growing with me, who love me so deeply.
Community is important. Therapy is also important, especially if you can afford it and you're dealing with intense grief. It's really important. It's worrying that she keeps processing live with audience, and she's also setting the example for her downline that to warm up your market, you have to overshare, and you have the right to have privacy. You do. And you forget that in MLM. Boundaries should be semi-permeable. That's why I like thinking of them like hedges, because you can see over them and they're not, you can kind of walk through them sometimes, but normally it's just a maze, But you can see the person, they can see you.
Who are inspired when they see me, and when they're triggered, they're willing to have the conversations with me through it.
It's not just triggered. It's saying, hey, when you told me to shut up during the Zoom meeting, that felt really disrespectful and mean and unlike the person I know you to be. And I felt angry and hurt and confused. Why did you say it like that? What did your tone of voice mean? Did it mean anything? Did it mean something bad? Do I need more information? Either way, if you give me more information, let me tell you this. I'm not okay with you speaking to me like that. Let's talk about it. Oh, I was overwhelmed. I wasn't paying attention. I am really sorry that I spoke to you that way. I'm really sorry that I crossed a boundary. I will do my best to never do that again. And I appreciate you telling me that hurt you. And I'm sorry I hurt you. Let's use our words, for the love of God. I forgot this was for business purposes. Yes. Exactly. It's okay to have different boundaries with different people. 100%.
And own their shit. Like, I'm owning my shit. And
Are
we
you?
owning our shit together, okay? And I was talking to Kelsey, and I was like, I'm so grateful for you.
Oh, God.
By the way, she hit 1 million followers on TikTok.
By the way, Kelsey and Courtney used to hate each other. In my opinion, from what I understand. I think Aaron has more of the tea, but when Jesse Lee was alive, they did not like each other. So the fact that they've quote unquote bonded, surprising. It's very surprising to me. She's not processing in front of her audience. This is not processing. That is done in a safe environment. Probably in therapy if it's accessible. This is ranting directed at enablers. Yeah. It's a way to warm up a market, in my opinion. It's very, very, very it's a very broken way to market. I think that Courtney has found someone who is popular to latch onto. I know that sounds mean. Even though she doesn't like Kelsey Ray. It seems like she tries to do this because it seems in the past she has done this with people who have influence. She feels better, in my opinion, when she is in close proximity with people who are important, who have lots of followers, who have lots of influence, who have blah, blah, blah. That's just my opinion. I'm open to being wrong. I'm open to pivoting when presented with new information. Yeah, the squealing noise is not it.
Like,
Thank you.
So fucking cool. It's so fucking cool to, like, watch.
Good night, Wendy. Said, thank you for the super chat. That's really kind. Knox is the puppy that I babysit. Knox says, take your meds and drink your water. Good night. Doodles. I remember hearing Jesse Lee Ward and Kelsey Ray never used to like each other either. It was like some type of blood feud.
The growth that woman has had, and to see how much her and I are so different, and our strengths are so different, and our strengths, like my strengths are here, her strengths are here, and they literally just go like this.
I think that's called a it's not a parasitic relationship, it's a symbiotic relationship where it's not necessarily like a toxic symbiotic relationship. Maybe I'm making that up. I know symbiotic relationship. I know parasitic relationship. Oh, I'll text you. Okay, thank you. I'll let you know. I have to go to physical therapy, and I have to go to the dentist again tomorrow. So it probably will be later when I text you.
And at the same time breaking these generational curses heavily, and
Which
the way
ones?
that we are parenting different than we were raised, and on and on and on. And I just said, I'm like,
It feels very slimy. I don't know if that's the right term. I feel like emotionally like I need a shower listening to this. And all the wrong, like all the wrong things that I'm hearing. When, again, like you're saying, when you're working through hard stuff, it's like, I'm not a fan.
I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that we have this relationship. I was like, I'm so grateful that I kept forcing myself on you is actually how I started it. She laughed.
Drop a 1 if you remember how Jessie Lee and Courtney became friends. If you don't remember, I'm going to tell y'all, but I need to know how many people in the chat remember how Courtney and Jessie Lee became friends. Oh my God. I'll rewind it. Let me go back 55 seconds.
Shrinks are here and they literally just go like this.
Hey, symbiosis.
And at the same time, breaking these generational curses
Hi, Len.
heavily, and the way that we are parenting different than we were raised, and on and on and on. And I just said, I'm like, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that we have this relationship. I was like, I'm so grateful that I kept forcing myself on you is actually how I started it.
If you don't know, Courtney, according to Courtney, stalked Jessie Lee, and she may have been kidding, but those are her words, not mine. Jessie Lee until they became friends and they became best friends. Courtney aggressively pursued Jessie Lee to become as close as a friend, as close as possible, as close of a friend as someone could be. And now we see the same behavior Courtney is doing to Kelsey Ray. Lynn said, yes, she's taking the same tactics and still talking about how much she's changed. Yeah, her memory's so great. I think she forgot. She didn't forget. Yeah, unpaid gopher, her best friend. And Courtney was, I say unpaid, she may have gotten rewarded by getting stacked into, allegedly. AI says toxic symbiotic relationships is a harmful connection between two parties where one benefits at the expense of the other. Courtney's doing the same thing to Kelsey Ray that she did to Jessie Lee. Wild.
She laughed. She's a tough one to crack. Those walls were high.
She was a tough one to crack. You mean you didn't respect her boundaries? You tried to break her boundaries down so you could get you could get access to her, so you could be in emotional proximity to her. You're talking about how healthy you are? Respect someone's boundaries, even when they don't make sense to you. You can respect someone without having to understand why they have a boundary. You can respect someone with ADHD even if you don't understand ADHD. You can respect the needs of them. You can respect the needs of someone with autism without understanding autism. You don't need to understand everything before you can respect that person.
And rightfully so. And she's like, who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk you and I would be carrying out the legacy in this way? I'm like,
Anti-MLM didn't, this was not on our bingo card.
Jessie Lee knew.
What?
If people
Go to sleep.
And her and I both trigger people in different ways.
We both trigger people in different ways, so now we're friends. What? What do you mean we both trigger people in different ways?
And we've been judged and shamed and bullied, and we've also both stood up for each other.
When? Yes.
And I know where we're going, and she knows where we're going. And I said, there's no one else that can understand the things that I face when it comes to grief. There's like those three people in different unique perspectives. Because Kelsey also being mentored and led by Jessie Lee, but then not having the close, in-person relationship.
Kelsey was mentored by Jessie Lee, but let me tell you this, I was closer, and so it wasn't like as good as mine, but she was still mentored by Jessie Lee. That's the undertone of what I'm hearing. God.
That I had Kelsey having this close business relationship that I didn't fully have either. Or it was like Jessie Lee mentored her in a way that, because she earned it, and she was like 1 million followers, like the level of action, and just were basically
the level of action, pissing off every teacher on the internet. Okay. Having disrespect for all the people who work hard, that are 100% not glorified babysitters, but are intelligent, hardworking, who work for far less than they should be paid. Those people who you said were glorified babysitters. So that is all the hard work she did. Fuck that.
opposite personalities, right? I feel like Kelsey's so strong in her red. I've always been, honestly, I would say in this comparison, I'm so strong in my yellow, but I also bring a lot of community.
If you're new to MLM, if you're new to the twistiness of personal development, there is a personality perspective, and it's the color. It's red, yellow, blue, and green, and those colors have different characteristics. You take a test, and you're either a yellow or a yellow-green or a red-blue, whatever it is. It's not accurate. You use it to keep control over people, in my opinion.
That, like, my blue has always been really, really high. I'm fun.
Bye, Jessica.
I'm loud, and I love community. And I also love to help people, and I love to transform lives.
In a good way or a bad way.
And so the blue and the yellow go really, really well. And I also am very analytical. I like to understand how things work.
You're analytical? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being judgy. Well, Be nice, be nice, be nice. To say something and then to have no characteristics of what you said you are, I say bullshit. Appeal to bullshit in honor of broken waffles. What? I would say, hey, I'm exuberant. She could say, I'm exuberant, and I would say 100%. I see that. She could say, I have big emotions about a lot of different things. I would say, for sure, I can see that. She could say, I'm easily distracted, and I would say 100% I see that. She could say, I don't know what else she is. I don't pay that much attention to Courtney. She could say, I really focus on one friendship at a time in such a way that may be called codependent. And I would say 100%. Man, we're all rainbows. Stop pushing single colors. Just trying to be funny. Lynn, let's go. Someone could say to me, hey, you go on a lot of squirrel trails, and I would say 100%. You jump from topic to topic sometimes. That doesn't make sense to the audience. 100%. What else would you could say? Like, I very much focus on things being lined up. 100%. I totally see that. There has to be quote unquote fruit. There has to be characteristics of what you claim, and I don't see it, Courtney. You don't show it on stream, even though you show everything else. Come on, dude.
And she has that type of brain too. Like the way that she can just figure out how things work, and then she'll go fast. So the red is the strongest, but then she can actually break
Could you not figure out that her boyfriend is not a certified personal trainer, allegedly, and has no accreditation that's on file? But they're still trying to sell a workout program? Is that the analytical shit you're talking about? Is her being analytical and figuring out stuff, is that showing up with her not being willing to sign her son's paper for homework that was going to take less than a second to do 5 days in a row so he couldn't get his prize? That was the analytical person? That's the action person you're talking about? Come on. Chicken nugget. Oh my god, I didn't remember that broken waffles. Yes, go preserve and promote your emotional well-being. Hop out. Always take care of yourself. Never feel like you have to stay. I always want you to advocate for yourself. If you want to give me a pity like and help me get off an odd number, I would also say yes to that.
things down and has this like perspective with marketing that she can just piece together without even thinking about it. It's such a unique gift and talent that she has. Anyway, so I was sharing the gratitude of just like the way that we've also
Ronnie,
we parent is so
live long and
similar.
prosper.
And because like certain things that we used to do or the way that we were raised that we're like, we're not doing that. You know, things like that. So I have so much more to share on this topic. I was kind of going on.
Hey, I'm gonna really close this down, but oh, you know what I say? Courtney, if Courtney said, hey, I have a little bit of a extended close time on my lives, it's probably 10 to 15 minutes. I would say, I see that every time you go live. This one's going to be a 10-minute. You think she's closing it down? It's not happening. If someone said to me, hey, you have really long live streams, I would say, yes, characteristic complete. You can see the evidence of that on my channel. Who you say you are is going to show up. Who you are obviously will be revealed because of how you behave. My God.
A rant in my stories, and I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about it.
I get it.
Neuroplasticity allows you to change your brain. You change your thoughts, you change your frequency, you change your state.
Okay.
And your brain doesn't know the difference. You can quite literally transform your entire life by focusing on exactly what you want to bring into it. And you can immediately shift it. And it's crazy. I know that I've manifested these people leaving my life. I know I have. I didn't see it coming.
I think that people in MLM twist neuroplasticity for their own benefit. So your brain, from what I understand, and sciencey people in the chat, live chat or replay crew, let me know. Your brain forms new pathways as you learn and repeat behaviors. So in MLM, when they're having you do the same thing over and over again, when they're having you be on Zoom calls, when they're having you say these mantras, these personal development, whatever, that's going to impact your brain. Neuroplasticity is how you can recover from injuries, learn a new language, break habits, form new ones. Let me pull this up. Neuroplasticity can be positive, like building memory through practice, or negative, like reinforcing trauma responses or addictions, maladaptive behaviors. It happens over time and repetition, not overnight from one high vibe journaling session or a ketone drink. MLMs are twisty because the reps use things for their own gain and use their destructive influence to twist sound psychological principles and science for their own benefit. Neuroplasticity isn't a substitute for therapy or medical treatment or trauma work. Here we are. It's not just like Courtney is saying, think happy thoughts and rewire your brain. It's not. Real neuroplasticity, I'm pulling this up on Google. You practice mindfulness every day for 6 months. Your brain shows increased gray matter in areas related to attention and emotional regulation. MLM pseudoscience. You can literally rewire your brain for wealth just by repeating affirmations and using our powdered, ketones every morning or whatever it is. That's not neuroplasticity. We all know that. You go read up on it for yourself. No, I didn't, Julie. Let me take a screenshot so I can go watch that. Two things can be true at the same time. She can be awful and contemptible. She can also be someone who was taught all these things and brainwashed and can't seem to get out and see the wrong because she is. You can be the victim and the perpetrator at the same time. She can have been exposed to brainwashing and high control tactics and destructive influence, being under Jesse Lee and other people in MLMs, and the MLMs being the ones that create this ecosystem where it breaks people, in my opinion. And she can also now be choosing to do these things to other people. It can be both. And it can be multifaceted even more than that. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it would be way easier just to think happy thoughts and be better. You know what I mean?
This way. I didn't think it would look the way that it looks, And people, you want to trust people. You want to trust what people say. But people can't be trusted. Behaviors can't be.
Look in the mirror. I mean, you are looking in the mirror. People can't be trusted. Behaviors can be. Okay. Courtney, you've literally sealed your fate on the internet. Memorialized for everybody. Look at her behaviors. Don't listen to her. Mindfulness isn't just about thinking happy thoughts. It's about processing all emotions and actually dealing with both the good and the bad. Yeah, and even I would say good and bad experiences and the bad memories of what happened, and then processing like what are your emotions telling you?
Behaviors are trusted. Our behaviors are predictable. So that's what I trust. I trust human behavior.
So you spending all your time on your phone and treating your kids in a way that is surprising, and then treating people on your live stream better than you treat your kids. I'm supposed to trust that? Okay, thanks so much.
And I'm so aware that we can change our mind like that. And that's why I trust human behavior.
You did. Elizabeth called it.
One thing that I learned, and that I used to say all the time, and it used to almost be a negative thing, and I learned how to shift it, is that I knew that I could only rely on myself 100% of the time.
Kind of. You're the person at the end of the day that cares about you the most. You're the person that gets to advocate for yourself. That doesn't mean that you're by yourself. And if you are, that can be incredibly, incredibly isolating and lonely. I would say, depending on other people, to care more about you than you care about yourself. Sometimes that's a temporary thing, but realizing I have to advocate for myself is really good, and it is it's a really positive, what I'm trying to do currently, but it's positive in that I'm not thinking about what other people think with regards to what I need to do to advocate for my health, what I need to do to advocate for my mental health. I'm not waiting for somebody else to decide something for me. I know my body better than anybody else. I know my mind better than anybody else. I'm making healthy habits. Part of what she's saying makes sense, and the other rest of it is sludgery.
And if I wanted something done right, I had to do it myself. I no longer believe that. I no longer embody that.
Okay, maybe she's saying she doesn't believe this anymore. Okay, cool.
But that is how majority of the world operates.
I
And
don't
that
think this is
creates predictable human behaviors. Because people
Yeah.
are going to
Allegedly. No, I think she can, like, for example, she can be mourning her friend passing away and she can be a shitty human being. Oh my God, I remember the dog you're talking about, Wookie. For sure. Sorry, I was thinking Kelsey Ray for a second and I was like, I don't remember that. Taking a dog, taking two dogs that truly belonged to somebody else. Because Jessie Lee took the dogs when they didn't belong to her. That behavior says something. Going to the funeral home and attempting to pick up Jessie Lee's ashes, that's a behavior too that we're gonna look at. Looking at your phone while you are looking at your phone, recording, and not paying attention to your kid, and your suitcase, shooting down the escalator and almost taking your kid out. I'm gonna look at that behavior too. I'm going to look at that behavior too. Yeah. People are complex. Twisty people are complex. People doing shitty things are complex. That doesn't mean that we're going to give them grace for doing awful or evil things. It just means that humans are complex.
look out for themselves 1000% of the time, because people come into our life for a reason, a season, and occasionally a lifetime. Y'all, I never thought Jessie Lee would be out of my life.
Sorry, paused. No. Sorry.
Life, ever. And here we are, physically.
Your opinion's totally welcome. I hope that I don't think I do a good job of always like reinforcing that opposing opinions welcome. And y'all are so good at being respectful, articulate in the chat, and I don't ever want to make it uncomfortable for people to have dissenting opinions. Absolutely welcome. And I'm going to try to do better at being more reminding myself to attempt to be inclusive and encouraging about letting people feel safe to disagree with me or add something in the chat.
Physically, she's not. Never pictured it to look like this. You're a yellow blue as well. Kelly, that makes so much sense why we vibe. I mean, I could have definitely picked that up. For sure.
Exactly, Elizabeth, 100%.
I'm like thinking about our conversations and watching your content, so. Anyways. And I was a very underdeveloped blue for a period of time in my life, which is why I know my yellow is so much more strong. And my blue comes through a lot. Like, just go back to the beginning of this video whenever I was like, ooh, butterfly, ooh, distraction. Why is there a reflection over there? I'm like looking at all these different things. Also, when I was on the phone earlier, there's this wallpaper out here that's gold, and it has like faces in it. See, like distractions, okay? My blue's strong. But when you develop yourself, because I don't like how it feels when people say this about me. So I changed it.
Yeah. It's really getting me to think. I don't have grace for her allegedly mistreating a dog. I think that let me say one thing and then I'll add on to it, and maybe I'll be able to say it differently. We're more than the best and the worst thing that we've ever done. And that doesn't excuse us from consequences of our own actions. And I wish there was evidence to show animal ABUSE other than us having the videos of Wookiee declining and being able to be harsher prosecuting animal ABUSE. I don't know why I feel like I have to keep saying that people are complex. I'm going to think about it after we finish the stream, and maybe I can add more information, because my brain is like aggressively holding on to that and I'm not sure why. So I'll have to think about it and get back to the chat.
I became a different version of myself. I chose different frequency. I chose different thoughts. I chose different actions based on those thoughts, because those thoughts create my feelings. Those feelings are what I put behind the
Yes, allegedly Wookiee passed away. We saw videos since Jessie Lee passed away and Courtney took the dogs. We saw videos of Wookiee getting skinnier and skinnier. And we saw different, you can go to Reddit too, I think they have covered it, but we also saw the decline. We don't know if, I know that Wookiee had several bouts of really serious disease when Jessie Lee was alive, and Jessie Lee paid whatever it cost for surgeries and stuff, paid whatever she needed to for really healthy food that was real meat and real vegetables. And then when Courtney took the dogs and Courtney wasn't willing to do the same things that Jessie Lee was doing for the dogs, it seems like that sped up the decline, in my opinion. And now we have not seen Wookiee on a story in a long time. And the last time we saw Kumba, Jessie Lee's other dog, he was incredibly thin. You could see his ribs, and yes, I know he's a striped dog. You could see his ribs. He was much thinner than he was with Jessie Lee, and he was always fit, but he looks really thin. He could be sick as well. If he is not sick, and if she's not taking care of that dog, and if she had any hand in speeding up Wookiee's decline, that is awful and selfish, and I would say in the evil behavior category. I'm also trying not to get sued, so okay. I think I need to figure out a better way to say it, Broken Waffles. And that's when my brain gets stuck on something. It's hard for me to be creative about how to say it differently. And I know that there's a better way for me to say it. So I need to think about it.
actions that I take. And if I'm present in the moment right now and I choose who I want to be and then I act accordingly, then I will quite literally have a completely different life. And I have proven it over and over and over again. Just look at my life.
Okay. Not a draw.
People are like, Courtney, how do you look so good? Oh my God, they're like,
look at my life. Look how skinny I am. There are more important things to someone than their physical appearance, and I hope you're healthy. Treating your kids is more important than how you look. Why now has the ketones, have the ketones all of a sudden worked when you've been taking them for 7+ years? If they worked, wouldn't you have achieved whatever you're achieving here back then? Or do the ketones not work? You're talking about behaviors. We're looking at this, and it doesn't match up with you claiming that ketones work. Yes, alleged personal opinion for sure. And there's always consequences for your behavior.
Wait a minute.
Even if you're apologetic, there's consequences. You do something that breaks the law, you go to jail or whatever. You get fined. You are on probation, whatever it is. You can have made a mistake and also been remorseful, and your remorse doesn't take away the consequence of what happens because of your behavior. Courtney going through grief doesn't make what happened to Wookiee okay. It doesn't absolve any responsibility from her.
How much weight have you lost? I'm like, crap, let me figure out these kilograms. I don't really remember because they just saw me in September. And I just keep transforming over and over and over again. And now I'm battling the skin stuff, right? That I didn't have before. Well, my German friend, she's like, one of them was like, what's going on right
Better sleep, better mood, better focus, better digestion, better skin. Isn't better skin one of the claims? Better skin. I'm trying to write it down. Better mood, better focus, better sleep, better sleep, better mood, better focus, better energy, better digestion, better mood. Maybe better skin wasn't part of it. Better energy. Better focus, better sleep, better energy, better mood. Better digestion. I don't remember.
here? I was like, I freaking love you, Europeans. And then my other friend, European, she goes, of course she is. She says, is it okay if I ask you a question? I'm like, yes, of course. She says, do you eat a lot of animal protein? I was like, yeah, I mean, I eat high protein. I eat a lot of animal protein. And she goes, I would stop. I would cut back. I was like, okay, what are you feeling? She goes, that's what this is from, normally. Because I was like, well, it's hormonal, in my opinion. I was like, actually, I mean, like, I thought it was like...
You know who would be able to tell you about your skin? A dermatologist. Dear God.
Partially could have been from eating sugar before. And she goes, no, sugar comes here. This is animal protein. And I said, you know what's really interesting that you say that? Because I've actually been consuming high animal protein, literally beef organ capsules, for well over a year, and my skin cleared up drastically right after starting it, or months into starting it. I was like, it's one of the major reasons my body really likes animal protein. This didn't happen until the last couple months or month. I don't know. I'm in the time warp. No concept of time. And she's like, really? I was like, yeah. I'm very observant. Like, it's accurate. She's
Oh, dear
like,
God.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't
I was like,
realize
to be
it.
totally honest.
She likes the idea of being somebody, in my opinion, who is a jet setter. And she doesn't give the respect by remembering who people are that she's interacting with. She likes the idea of jet setting to quote unquote Europe. And she doesn't really give a shit, in my opinion, about people and them being important enough to delineate who's who and who's from where. That's just my opinion.
I told her about the supplement thing. I haven't gone live about that, so I'll give you like a brief rundown.
Hello.
There's a supplement that they're about to restock. I've gotten the information. I think I'm gonna be able to buy it.
Yeah, it's not weird. She's doing a lot of body checking. She is streaming to 2 cameras too, but she is definitely has been looking in the mirror for the past 50 minutes.
Tomorrow, Wednesday, they were supposed to be encapsulating it. Then it gets shipped to them, I think by Friday or Thursday. And I'm ahead of time, so I'm gonna have to wait because they're like on the West Coast in the US. So it gets shipped to them, and then that's whenever they will put it onto their website when they actually have it in their hands. So it was like getting encapsulated yesterday and today. Then it's getting bottled, and then it's getting shipped to them. So I'll be able to buy it soon. Anyway, been out of it, made it extremely worse. And for the first time in my life, in November, all the way through, I think this person is still doing it occasionally or whatever, spiritual attacks that I've figured out many different ways to clear, cleanse, and protect myself from it. But
Spiritual attacks? That's probably familiar if you are in different denominations of, I don't know why all of a sudden, oh, never mind, it doesn't matter. Christianity, they talk about spiritual attacks depending on which denomination you are. I don't know why she says she's getting spiritually attacked. I'm sure anti-MLM is in the spiritual attack category.
I've never
She's not selling, I think she has an affiliate link, but it's the same beef capsules that Jessie Lee was taking.
in my life had this happen, and it's very obvious, like to the point where people that aren't even like fully spiritually connected, they immediately pick up on it when I show them a photo, whenever I barely give them 2 sentences about it. Like, they're immediately picking up on what everyone else is saying. It's the craziest thing. I'm just crazy.
What?
So, spiritual attacks. And I kind of like summarized it with that. She's like, really? I'm like, yes. And she immediately trusted and felt it. Like, she knew. She's like, oh, yeah. Crazy. So, tangent, I'm digressing. Point being, is that
Yeah, Tori.
I was like, what was the point?
My God.
Yeah, I don't actually remember what I was gonna say with that. Anyway,
Go to bed.
transform your thoughts, transform
Yes.
your life. I've been on
Okay.
here too long.
Elizabeth said a lot of New Age folks talk about spiritual attacks too. I didn't know that. I love learning new things. That Anna might be her new guru. Don't touch the poop, but if anybody knows who Courtney's talking about, maybe I'll ask Aaron. Feel free to send me a DM.
I love y'all so much. I appreciate you. And I promise you that
I think it was in the same vein of everybody's against her. Spiritual attacks was in the form of her friend not being willing to resolve things. Spiritual attacks are the martyrdom fallacy, where she's going through hard things because she's doing the right thing. She's adding it because she's trying to bolster her validity as a leader. And it's an eye roll of a lifetime for me personally. And Erin said something interesting on her last video. She said, I am biased. I don't like multi-level marketing companies based on my experience. And I'm like, yeah, because I have to take a stand somewhere and say, like, yeah, for sure biased. For sure biased. It's an interesting point, Kay. Very interesting. And again, this spiral that's happening, she is still impacting a large group of people. She is at the very top of Pruvit. That this is not just contained to her. It's what she believes and how she influences her entire downline.
truly become the exact version of yourself. Cristina Ferraro. By the way, there is a city, Ferraro, Ferraro?
Oh my God.
You let me know. In Italy. When I was at the train station, well, I looked at it on the maps, and then whenever I looked at the train station, or at the screen on the train station, I thought it said Ferrari.
Good night,
and I was
Lady
like,
Midersaw.
oh, yeah, I remember that from the map. Ferraro. Anyways, ciao ciao for now, darlings. I love y'all so much. I appreciate you. Just remember
2 more minutes left.
that when you are being triggered, it is because you're meant to release something. And the one thing that I did not finish saying is that
Oh my God.
I don't remember where I was going with all this, because like I'll watch y'all
We don't either.
will be able to remind me later on, but is that the city? Ah, thank you. It's not.
I love that. And Savannah said, when I first met my sister's boyfriend and I was telling him about my YouTube stuff, he was like, how do you stay unbiased? And I was like, oh, I'm very biased. I love that. Here's Savannah's channel. We're on the 100K watch. I don't imagine that anybody on my channel doesn't know who Savannah is, but just in case, every subscriber counts this way. Or what Savannah's in the chat, but really incredible edited documentary essay-ish style videos. I'm probably butchering this, but high quality. Savannah's been, from what I understand, one of the earliest and longest anti-MLM creators, has done a lot of incredible work for the anti-MLM like advocacy. Black Oxygen Organics was a wild one that Savannah had a huge hand in helping get taken down. Young Living has a vendetta with her, and it has been a dance of the blood feud with that. So, and Savannah has also covered a lot on Jesse Lee. So if you're wanting really great content, bingeable content, Savannah's your person.
Oh, it's an A. It's the Italian O and A, male and female, and then I couldn't remember what it's.
Feminine and masculine, whatever. I don't even know. Like the masculine form of the word or the feminine form of the word or whatever. I literally started making anti-MLM content on YouTube because no one else was. I love that. Yeah, Savannah's been, from what I've seen here, the longest. Then been, if you're talking about trying to be crushed by large organizations, go watch some of the videos that Savannah has done and like followed up on some of the stuff that's happened to her.
Thank you.
I should have taken the pauses out. I regret everything.
Let's see.
I think the pauses, though, show us the buffering that's happened and how not effective the Pruvit ketones are, in my opinion.
2 things that I remember. Do you remember what I was just saying? Can you guys remind me really quick? Because I wanted to close out with that. Hey, Sharia. I know it's delayed, so maybe you guys can remind me of what I was just going to say.
Yeah, because we can read your brain. We don't even know what you're talking about.
I lost it. My brain's shutting down.
We're just watching her. What's going on?
Actually, whenever you first typed that, I was like, is she trying to tell me how to say her last name the right way? Because I can't tell by you just typing your name again. There's no...
Oh, there we go. There's the real Courtney. Here she is. I can't tell by you just typing your name. You have to help me phonetically. Stop.
Phonetically sound. You can become your true self.
Courtney, take a nap. Eat something.
That's what you took away from it, probably, but that's not what I was going with.
Because you're unclear in what you're trying to communicate.
We come here.
Yes. That should be an overlay we do.
I'm not saving this one on Instagram. I wonder if I could just go back.
I'm not saving this one on Instagram. Ah. Welcome to anti-MLM. There we go. I love when they say, I'm not saving this. And it's like, well, hello. I'm sure she saved it to Facebook. But anyways, that's Courtney Shortney. She calls herself Courtney Alexandra Shepard now, but her handle used to be Courtney Shortney. So I'll probably keep calling her that. Nueva's coming up this week. Amare's coming up this week. We have, I found, again, a chunk of Amare leaders who have big followings on social media and have some pretty twisty things to say. We've got a really, really awful Kangen video, an Agic video I found. Someone who has survived the Big C and claims that the water, plus all the other stuff that it looks like the Gerson method that Jessie Lee was doing, but the water was what she attributed her recovery to, which is just fuckery. So we are going to watch that. I'm having surgery on June 3rd, so I may do lighter streams up until that point, like as I get closer to that, and then I'll let you know when I can start streaming again. Sitting is difficult. Sitting was difficult after my last surgery, so I'm gonna see what happens after this one. Yeah, Hannah did a great video. Here is Hannah's channel. It's going to be in the chat. I'm sure y'all know who it is. She's a huge creator. Thank you for joining me. Don't join an MLM. Preserve and promote your emotional well-being. Don't forget to take your meds if you take meds, and hydrate. Eat. It's good for your brain. And remember that we do not drink the Kool-Aid here. We analyze the ingredients. And eventually, I will make an outro again. It was so good to see everybody, and I'll see you next time. Boy, deuces, sons.